Hello there. Welcome to the Ama Manson show. So, hopefully, you are not a stranger here. But what goes on here is education, definitely some empowerment. We add humor, information, and just a good vibe generally. It is not just a talk show, it's a live show. We talk about life, we unpick life, we find solutions to the things that stress us in life, and we make progress together. It is the Ama Manson show, and my name is Ama, your girl, your educator, your motivator, and I kick your hind wherever we need to. Enjoy, invite other people to join in, and hopefully you have a wonderful experience on today's show. Let's get straight into things.
Good morning. I hope so. Be here. Me mama kwaba at the back show no so. And in the last few days, I've spent too long outside in the dust, and so my sinuses are complaining. But it doesn't matter. I wanted to kickstart my show no by waking up the singing Ama. Mo amuni me dada muni me patriotic songs part. Na ye wa bro for one no, and you good. But the manage ho pa ye de too kwasam. And then me person me started the way free her. Me we are na 2 year ho for every point onwards. Your first love is your love to country, for God and country. Yes, ma omei munsam anya wo hia sem na dwen ho anopa ewiye nwumre nyina sawore bompaya kai Ghana sra wunyankopon fagana sheninsa eno na wo ya omambapa eno na wo odo ma woman eno ara na yerishishe odo ma woman eno anehia odo ma woman eno ara na merishishe odo ma woman eno anehia. Arise, Ghana youth, for your country. Somebody may know. Sing along. The nation demands your devotion. Let us all unite to uphold her and make her great and strong. We are all involved. We are all involved. We are all involved in building our motherland. Okay. It was back to back in the hope. So it allows understanding from a certain perspective. Yes, my woman some who any way he has some dream one of our dream when we are enumerate. There will be a bompire crab will be Magana. It's true. That's what we need for national agenda and for national progress. One of the things a lot of people misunderstand, they say dream one of our dream when you and they say Jai Wajumayo. Netina hobai when muto then once nangrib because we'll dream on my home. There be dream on my home or dream on my home. Ayana ye tum poma omine. Arise, Ghana youth, for your country. The nation demands your devotion. I say, let us all. It's good to catch you live. Akwaba. You who watched it the last few days. The nation demands your devotion. But they say, ye involved. Not involved in watching nation building. Ye involved in the actual building of our motherland. Doctor ni, you should be involved in the hospital. O sayare, ne depending nya holding apomuding. Karifi ayedi ejuma. Doctor ni ejuma no. teacher ni wadwuma ne sɛ wogina classroom na wokyerɛ nkwara de bɛma ɔma dream wadɔ ɛbɛma nimdeɛ ne ntiase adɔɔso ne yɛtumi de saa nimdeɛ ne ntiase ne yɛde anwene ɔman sɔfoɔ wo deɛ ne sɛ wogina asɔre dɛm na wokyerɛ morality, because intelligence with no morality is a dangerous weapon, really. Sɛ obi nim adeɛ na ɔnni self-regulation, ɔnyɛ ethical, na otimi yɛ deɛ wɔpɛ biara without any guilt, without any thoughts. Saa nkurɔfoɔ no wɔn ho ehu. Na no meyɛ emotional intelligence master class. Na meka kyerɛ mo sɛ most of the time wokɔ emotional intelligence courses no a wɔn say kɔkɔyɛ self-regulation ansa na waba. Because some of these tools, they are tools that could be used for good, but they are tools that could also be used for evil. It is a obi kyerɛ obi plotting, analytical skills, strategic thought. It me the strategic thought, it me the yard papa. But I can also tell you on good authority, in the wrong hands, strategic thought could be very dangerous. Enti ansa na nipa no betimi asua saa nneɛma ni nyina awie na ɛsɛ sɔfoɔ wɔn nso gyina a friend is saying many nkurɔfoɔ pii di saa adeɛ no ho akyinye ɛne ɛsɛ ne sɔfoɔ deɛ okita cross yo sɛ kɔmfo a wɔgyina nwura mu whatever, but there has to be something about morality. There has to be some teachings about morality. There has to be teachings about self-regulation, holding yourself accountable, knowing that every action you take will have a consequence for you at some point. Some morality lessons, it is just as important as teaching in a classroom at watch radio. Just as important as doctor with Gina baby at watch radio. Akwankwansafo wo nyina so ho ye. Akwankwansafo ho here in nation building because they are the news carriers. Woman na woman ma yehunu de ekoso. I know they exaggerate, but at least they pass information on. They let people know said there be a hanko yi. Senya akwankwansafo anka niema would happen in places anka will be ante. Akwankwansafo kra wo mo purpose e with nation building because they allow people to get information, so that people can respond, people can decipher what needs to be actioned and what shouldn't be actioned. Nation building will be more valuable. The only requirement is that everybody is dedicated to what they do, and they do it with commitment. They do it not just from a personal point of view, but you do it looking for community cohesion, and you look it for building and developing each other. To because I consa for who one fast when they say yamode. Man can say kwakudin konsa about Ama Manson said ye nafuna yenkru and no, it does not build anything. And no, Ama Manson mijidie kakra nkamenya wo miamimu. What it sime. Nanka instead semeso camera na makama semin. Na me de ho fere ma makoshe. De nka mi metimi aka na tu obi fo. De metimi aka na galvanize obi na me jai kan makopem ba bia tena na asemaba. News carrying. It has to be constructive news. Why? Even if it's negative news, you put it out into domination on an informational point of view, and that's a different thing from self-destructing, ruining, and character defamation. That is another thing. Maybe I may catch them and say, I want to see test cases. Those of you who know me. And I think that there are going to be quite a few test cases come to this social media. Kasa irresponsibly. I want people to take people on personally. So I become one sem no one can obe defame character. Obe chantrogu so fa ne kwakwoto. Na ye ni said yembra ne se. So obi ba ko bi mienu miensa bia ye nipa bi sa anka ne ma bi agyae. Wo fa ya ojemfe agye ma chi o etesen bechiao akwaba ma chi menua. I want to say me say we want to build a nation, but we want to build a nation constructively. What is here say aban aye bibi na aban ade a wo mo ye ne enso ani a esese nipa na eka sinkonwa neka ma community ni nyina nte ma ye nyina ye nte atua ye nka nkyera aban se ye mpe ye nte atia mu kopim se aban be ye su bibi na mom kanokre. Why kanokre? Jai futuro na wuhugu nkrofo ani because you want to suit an agenda no jai nemwa. That is counterproductive. Saadie no etete wo man. What would have been good essence can nipa support ni encourage ya ban se wonye mayen no na yankasa by our hands yatete no. ye nipa bia we can be very interesting. My main cast same way in me say may decide say may support independence, you know, because my catch them say me I come from a political family, but I am not politically linked to any of the parties. Okay. Me nim say womu no womu didi. Mabusiafo e wo benkum se benkum fo ba womu didi kama me hunu se womu didi nika. Me namfofo ne mabusiafo e wo nifa nso se nifa ba aban mu eno nso me hu so mo so didi womu me nika. Then nokra e wo mu ne se benkum ba se nifa ba no nipa kro no anedidi. Munim sa. No new people eat much. Oh. No new people eat much. One way we benkum one way nifa no one anedidi. Yen a yaka mfimfin no atma se me ho fo te se me ama no. So what to my Ghana mu abu ni dibi. Me de me nim se me te wo my Ghana mu aminya bi ni nti ma sorry ma bepe baabi a metena metimi anyama no aduane edi. Me yi me ho afiri. And also a part of nation building. Why me yi me ho free I have reduced the competition for jobs. The traitors who live abroad. If all these traitors who live abroad with all the skills we have, say here be go by Ghana mu anka wo ubenya adwuma e. Anka wo ubenya baabi atena. Say businesses and cooperate with her nyina dia be choki Ghana. And then Crawford wa mobrofo kakra ma beti wa brochiri. Any sika kakra menya dia be good Ghana so mo ba be business to compete with you anka wo benya baabi agina. And today we are not traitors who live abroad. We are comrades who've decided to remove ourselves from an equation so that more no emu bedwa mamo. Ni nyina ye patriotic decisions because abrochira ye te hey and sheda nye easy sa many pasa but no asemonko ye beka ho asem later. They say me started independent candidates no support because I know say nipa dodo bi wo hwa say benkum ba say nifa ba wunya bi ni. And I wanted to look at an alternative where a new group of people come. Not necessarily of the left, not necessarily of the right. Some they will find a middle ground for Onibi because they are now looking for new people. Middle ground for Onibi are likely to be in favor with a new group of people Onibi because allegiances to Benkum and Enifa. And I would denounce allegiance to Benkum and Enifa to come and join. But new group of people will also be able to position themselves in a place where women should be didi. A problem. I would like to see different groups eat so that different groups benefit. That is why I wanted to go support the independent agenda. Men so as on my bapa me share independent agenda. Me who say independent candidates ne move back on their own will not be a match for a party mechanism no with Sika ni mobilization. So I started looking at discussing collaboration between the independent candidates. Na me pesa wo ka wo ho bom. Na wo ye coalition. When the coalition was announced, I was over the moon. I mean, na manage coalition. Manage coalition. Because nipa mienu no a wo coalition no a wo lead flag bearer a friend is a VP candidate no. They are not necessarily of a group. They have not known each other as well as Womu parties. They don't have a party ideology to protect. They come from different ideologies. And nunti oya sro oya. Oya nim de oya adwenjina. It will be a yena dia wobe ne Frenching because who di agora ye bepa hontoma. One kasa huni pa wone ne yade no wobepa hontoma. And nunti oh ya dia wobe ye careful. So I know say sadie no will help independence to self-regulate. 1. 2. Independent candidates, woman party for be able to protect them. So they are at the mercy of the electorate. One more year, Juman, 1 year, you better next one, the amount. 1 man, you better tweet yawam, you want free. And they know it very well. And it's almost a see a toma one. As a swam back big jina betty jina be year, Juman ding. Near who say yes, 1 more year, Juma. And nuntina me super PSC we decided to may support independent agenda. But obviously in Ghana we started to say we be a fashion. It became high fashion. Says so be a pay independent for now support them. And so be a idea warrior, no be supporting independent for. And that is good. That was very good. What is not good is a one tis I say. Now we best start is a what it think crofonam. What it think crofonam. Now, what say agenda? I want to say independent agenda for the year 2020 at least by actions. Be I say I say, I am glad Semi Mamie Kuyadonko. What Timia drew ballot paper so, and I am so proud of Sam Ameno. The entire me proud of Mamma no many abrebe campaign be abua me Mamie Kuyadonko and microphone supporting Namon share the sapomunsu. More encouraging because people like Auntie Kuya. Mo amako school, failing ball for you. Nyemu nyina na mobetimi aye de Auntie Kuya aye no to get your name on the ballot paper. They have scrutinized like you cannot believe. And yes, easy for comrades, citizens, not spectators. Oh my God, I salute you. If there are things to be done and it hasn't been done right, you should pick them up. I don't know how to be sending. Well, someone new, independent for you are all criminals. Criminals in the easy for some of your criminals and internet easy for asembe kureni nimdia ne wo forma body ne bre adwen no say wo forma body ne bre eti be wo ha no bi so dia send me Jane Mensa is a witch. She doesn't want the peace of Ghana. I'm saying, where do you get some of this nonsense from? Eti mu nim say Auntie Charlotte or no so rejecting Crofobia 2016 wo Sister Charlotte Nana Kunadu, yes, they say we'll make it to ballot paper. Who said 2016, she didn't make it to the ballot paper. Yeah, these are rookie mistakes. When you are going through any new process, you make rookie mistakes. And your marketing be says away, well, and you may be what now wouldn't him say important. It's without emphasis. Who say mistake no waba. Oh, Santia who mistake last year, no, waba, she's made it. And anakunadu ono so last time ekano ono so akoye die waba. These people are all names your friend is elements in the independent candidate agenda no. Give it another 10 15 20 years we be who say independent agenda na are strong because one person started, more people came to join. Now majority of people are looking at it and check meaning say 2024 no and mereswa. We will all learn lessons. Those who thought they could stand alone will learn that they can't. Those who thought they could go alone will also discover they couldn't. You likely say in the year 2024, build up to elections that you will see more allegiances and coalitions and alliances between independent factions. And if that manages to get to that point, it becomes the habitat. Many beje papa. Me nation building, mimi roni. Me need to kwa me de kwama will be. So one run a campaign. Me and Kasa certainly. They made it here the Kuremi. Na makasa me kwako join it. There may wawa hey and any encouragement, any a nation building and only ye. Nasa would you in nation building agenda no from the political point of view in the we are. Let me take you to where the important nation building responsibility is. And yeah, bet na ha ye did it about fire this, fire that. Go here, near sitting microphone. I'm not, and in a building on my own. What's built on mine is the hard work which happens daily. So we're best sorry. So we started 9 o'clock. We're doing 5 minutes to 9. Now we're SSA will pon 5 o'clock. SSA 5 o'clock again and Sunday we're free. And we'll lunch break here 1 hour. You take exactly 1 hour for your break. So what banner so we introduce Nkrofo, you introduce Nkrofo without asking for any extra money because you have already been paid in your salary. That's where nation building is. So we nursing. We budget shift a buying hospital. No wa ye adwuma said ye ese. Won kon kotena private hospital bi nyemre. Na wa ba government say wo beda. Patients are bread no mo fro. Na wo muya because wa bread. You want to go and do your friend is a Facebook live whilst you are on duty as a nurse. That is not nation building. Who bet me about social media about patriotism as long as we are crom for. Now we are buying sika. Now we are buying. We are crom for. We are poor for. As long as I say buying the wahono, your nation building credentials at that form teach any. Instead so bet them kwada de no okotena classroom ho a no asesa kwada ne de wo makogu afum so wo mo no ho ma wo ai ya mi betua woka. You are not a patriot. Wo your mind before wo wako edi udin akoto so se wo kira de wo school bi but school no hokra catch your point to school ni kire wo ma wo wone hwan ya kanana ena sika ne ba na mache di nyame betua mu nyina aka nyame betua mu nyina aka. You should be where you are supposed to be, doing what you have been engaged to do, doing it to the best of your ability. Then you are a patriot. Then yeah, to sa national anthem, any patriotic songs no akanwa. You can put your hand up and say, "Whoa," you can be counted amongst one build it or mind Ghana constructively. There are some of you, the munimuani say ye nidim penyimfuatem. That doesn't make you a patriot. It just makes you uncouth. So what better na wo diga na mpanyimfo atemwa. Na teni nkuwa na wo ya, you are uncouth, you are uncivilized. That's what you are. You can come and present Ghana issues and say mpanyimfo no womo homode. The mpanyimfo ye na good enough. And yet fit for purpose. Wait me akasa ne ma na abo ne kwasea ne de e kire baabi e wo free. Ene wonim de a enko nanim. Esese abo ne kwasea ne yejaye amongst your politics no. Really, because nipa no a egu sa politics emu no a aya wudi biatem ne nyame anim ne ye fa binom pound for pound and chia kora wuntimi nchia no. Enye wa fa ni binom. You should not be here insulting people personally. We did Crawford Sebabesi personal attacks. No, it needs to stop. Attack a person's works, attack a person's friend's performance, na say ye tamen Crawford personality near the abesi ho near do matem attend me say attend ye enchire nyansa attend ye enchire nyansa. And you don't think so would in Crawford tema na chire say jama nim de na kwa koduru baabi and the Ghana mpanyifo na Ghana mpanyifo nkwasiafo na Ghana mpanyifo akramfo and na Ghana debut. That is not how we build nation. That is not how we build a nation. Ghana mpanyifo nkwasiafo Ghana mpanyifo mo no yenye sa na de lawyer bafo boni me das Mr. Mumuntie de lawyer bafo boni kama me why obi ami a share button ne ma me edaso ye free that one mo best start ya charge no na fe ya ye a little bit more discriminate na Mr. At the moment that's ye free no fache me why me aso share na fa to baby mame ebia obi beti me tell hu no enkrofo akogu videos so a obi diga na form panyifo atem no mo catch me. At least he's telling the government what to do. He's telling the government what to do about what. When you want to tell the government what to do, you write a proposal and send it to the government. In your proposal, no, you outline what needs to be done. The truth of the matter is that what this proposal no most of us who write proposals to Abai no. We write the proposals to the Abai hoping say you benya contract be for Abai hoping say Abai be tuya yesika bia me ye bibi. That is the real motivation behind a lot of the proposals at Abai and Saka. But so we a patriot and kasana the proposal ko. Na say Abai na mfa contract ne kura ma wanye. Na say Abai for no fa mu adwen ni bi. You should be happy as a patriot because what's important is that some of your ideas are beginning to impact your nation. Which the proposal so person or Ghana buying the woman ya you fa pen the two papers so you draw formal proposal. In your proposal you outline your issue. This is the issue. This is why it is an issue. It would benefit people if this issue is addressed in this way, in that way, in that way. And this is what I propose we do in order to address the issue. Yebekoha, yebe as I see do it to as I see it way to no actually proposal a more thing. Now would the relevant body in my Ghana no. My sister the year pa na wopenwa. What the kwa? You follow. But yamfa ma wumpo ya execute. There they will propose anema one kasa wo yonku nua bi. Na wo yonku nua ni use wo proposal ideas no. No what the ye ma oman, and if you are a real patriot, you will be happy because the motivation behind your friend is a proposal now what they call it will not be self-driven. It will be in the interest of country, for God and country. Sani kind of for God and country. That you bet me who say for God and country or my Ghana you Usually, so who say me ama betina social media so hana me di aban atem a for two reasons. Either say aban for na ye bibi ama na ye me ya personally na person di wo matem. And I say me person me di atem na me attract obi attention. Most of attention, no, I am attention seeking. Obi person crofo notice, or person crofo be in another side who is say one can crofo we home. Or fire one would do a matem, and crofo who say, hey, I've no ya. But usually, no, I am a exhibition wanting to attract and crofo. Say be yan crofo ebe baby hunume. Say be yan crofo ebe hunu say me ka ho. And in most cases, a personal gain driven. We need to start moving. Make baseline. But we need to take that baseline and attempt to shift your behaviors from baseline behavior to constructive thoughts point of view. That will be to me you are doing a free baseline. Now best start to me doing beyond one kasa wo. So that you can begin to become a patriot. And you know when that happens? That happens when utminya wonsa wanwen duane edi on your own. So when say nyanso wanwa ayana wo pe or mind footwo ni bi edi. So when say nyanso wanwa ayana wo pe aban contract ya ye chiche bi edi. E come de wo na wo hu no si ye chedija wa ya eno ho yaw na emu dodo no aye dide e wo ha no. Ye dijaw ye che die jaw. Nti se wusu kakra. Because ya so obi di ni ama wo. Ye nokre me na adawo. Eno nti se wan kasa hutu anamon a ema wan kasa won saso wanwa. Na wo hunu se wo bi fufuro didi na won so wadi kan ya didi ame a. Aya na wo bi fufuro na didi na wo di ne enye wo ya. The comments you are able to make about a didi no anipa ni didi na they tend to be more constructive. They tend to be more helpful. And yes, eye wo ya oya wonti na wo de kasa but wo de adwen to adwen ho na wo di tu nipa krofo. Eti ansa na obegina baabi akase wutu obi fo no me no de mate ne de me de atumi nso me hofuni ama kokope wan kasa wanu aduane di se common ne wo a won fa komani bre emfa attack anything and everything a obi. You will sit down and you will look at policies and you will be able to critically evaluate because a com and ne. It's a citizen, not spectator. And san ye betimi aye say adwuma ni ye no. You must be productive yourself. What? You must be gainfully employed yourself. What? And sesa comedy would that because the comedy wa become kwasi asem. Pediani di pebidi. Your edumaden me be nya baby si pre school papa ma wo banko. Pre school papa ma wo banko. Wunti ma wo benya baby nyina ye. Said the next time I hear selecting the most viable amongst us, no wo babeka ho. Then you are making progress for yourself. So wo betimi ko school papa bi. Na wan kasa wutimi tua wo ba school fees. Na sa ban bi se wo the free SHS ba wani beje e de ama wo mu a wo mu ni bi no. But when ni giwie na wo gitum se e beboa enkrofo dodo no a. Wo wi a wasia ka akira ban ni se aban da bi. Sa 3 months in 3 months out DM wa. E be man krofo ma anyem srew aban. Abaye esesa wo hwe ha. School dan no kra me wo miensa me pese me donate e de beka SHS no ho. Na nkwada ni bi atimi atena ha ko school. Ane me ni bi kromfo yenso ya ye dan we. We will start building schools in our communities, local schools near their donate ama aban. Say aban Mercy secondary school aban je fa dan we fire secondary school. The teacher for ne nkwada metenem no mutimi nya ade. Sa ade no kofigu na obetimi ya ye no wa men. And sapa na betimi aka sa no kore no why constructive feedback na wa men. You will be in a position to look at a good school system because one kasa wo makobi. It would me the lessons from baby a woman ko ne said ye yon niema wo ho. Would me the betoto aban de no wo yo no ho no aka chense aban not. Ah. We mu de ya wo mu ye better saying would ye ya wo ye. We mo no me ye ni say, wo me ye ni say, aban so wo se wo be ye free dia ene ye ni ye. I want to say at that point, now we're starting emancipating wondering if maybe who you are not likely to latch onto everything hook like a line and sinker and say you good. You are able to identify say a higher, but a juma wo a higher. Ɛha adwuma wɔ hɔ nkrɔfo a wɔn bɛtena se bɛka sɛ policies bi wɔ hɔ a social policies bi wɔ hɔ a ɛyɛ bad wholesale no bitimi hwɛ wɔn a ɛyɛ na me wonder are you mentally sound wokɔ baabi bi ne yɛsi school dan si hɔ wɔsi this is not good are you mentally sound sɛ baabi a na school ne yɛsi school dan wɔ no ɛnyɛ daabi wɔyɛ saa wo nkyerɛ nyansa wo ka nɔkorɛ school dan a yɛsi ɛyɛ na mmom a teacher for a yɛmfa ngu mu na ɛnyɛ ebia ɛdan a yɛde asi ha hyɛ pɛɛ kwa adesua a ɛkɔ so wɔ mu ɛnyɛ abayɛ ɛsɛ sɛ woyɛ ne sei ɛsɛ sɛ woyɛ ne sei ɛsɛ sɛ woyɛ ne sei ɛhɔ na wahoɔde ɛsɛ sɛ kɔ gyitum na ɛnte wo mɛma yɔ so gyitum ɛnte wo maa yɔ so sɛ wobɛka sɛ school dan a wɔbi asi hɔ ɛyɛ because wogyina nipa mbadwam ka kyerɛ wɔbi sɛ school dan a yɛasi wɔ baabi a na bi nni sɛ ɛnyɛ a obi abehu ne sɛ woyɛ bɔde ne kakra because asɛm a wɔkanya nsɛ ni hospital a wɔbi de asi hɔ wo sɛ ɛnyɛ ka sɛ hospital ne operation ne nyanyɛ perfect the process was not thought about carefully these are the frailties in hospital administration systems no ɛno nti na dan ya bɛsi ha hyɛ pɛɛ but it's not really intervening the way it should ɛno nti abayɛ focus on here abayɛ concentrate on here abaye nti wudede no a wo ye no it's not about enye wudede a wo befra se aye no eye abaye fakɔ ha abaye fasi ha abaye yoni sei abaye mi ye sei na beboa me aban da ye betimi yi yen ye ho afiri aban biguso a me yo na beboa me no ye nation na ebekɔ anim wokɔ wukrom na se ka akwan ye da ho ye ngu so a farola ma yendwi so keke yemfa so mamo why abai for no mu nya nhunu mo enkyere se wodi wo V8 e de kofa atechem because nyansa nim wanya V8 na de nam kwan bi so na wo hwɛ saa kwan no so na atechem ko a nipa ntimi nkɔ wodi agora wo V8 na bɛka wo atechem nim na wo da so na mu a bra nyansa nim ma patriotism enka wakoma Utmito V8, you can hire a roller. Roller, you don't buy it. You just hire. You go to the local place. No ape obi roller. No chianeka 2 days, 3 days. They dia wo be ya so wode nenam road no so. Wode nenam road no so. Na road in the surface no. Aye hard. Ateche no. Swat it. Wo ye roller ni wi na woko. Me dru ho na me hunu se wo roller ni ye adwuma na maka. Lawyer bafo boni na rolly. Oh, lawyer nyame hira wa ya de. Hey. Okay. Sadiq ati saying machi minia. Sadiq na wo apps we dey say ha ma wo. Wo hu sa photo we beden wetimi aye nyamesom. Sadiq. Me bada me hu say Sadiq adwi road no so. Me amekotena se na adwo medwen ho na mabisa ho na Sadiq ya wodwi ye wo ye nipa sen wa ma me se da bi. Kuro yi so sa wo ba ya Sadiq adwi so no se na wo nam kwa no so na ye wo de me se han. Se wani ewu ama se ane. Obehu ne se me de saa de ne ho ani wo china na me so makofa gravels na me de gravels aba na me ne highway authority for ka so wo mo use be gravels ne emi road we so ma me wonim se me dwi me feeder road no na wo wudwi wo feeder road no na obi adwi ne feeder road no so ne yegugugugu ye de ne so a enche aban de ese wo ya ne main highway no na asa I want to say collaboration between individuals and governments. It can work. Sadiq nyame adome ho ye pa. O so. Of asama asante ma chime dase. Yankopon shira. I want to say yeah started from small say yeah say spaghetti road bi e wo Ghana bia ban betimi abaye within a 4-year term we akwada. Main road no kra wo ntimi nye for 20 ahe years. For 30 de wo years. Accra Kumasi road. Twam kosunya kodoma. Sa road no jirga ya nye no krom ntimi nye ya be ye de kokuro ja na krom ho de bedu na wo ya abre wa ma wo manyina wo ma nana no kra start wo say ye hunu sa de no ni nyina ye willing say we will invest, we will participate, we will get somewhere. And your participation nyina ne chon no we chon no, it needs to move to strategic conversations. towards a niema ebeboa ankasa. Me ya meti hey. Emaya ne mranti wo bi kuro mu nyina ni adwuma yo. Ma betena ha. The government is not providing work. Me a hypocrite. Because kuro ya meti so minim say nnwuma kese wo ha the government is not providing. Oh, you know Ghana. Oh, right. Oh, okay. So you didn't even hear my comments. I was saying that the apps you have on your DP makes Christianity and Islam difficult for women. I was teasing you. Those are some fine apps. Wow. What I want to say, boys and girls will be I am a hypocrite to come and sit here. Because the government is not providing work for. Because governments in many places are not capable of providing work. Kuroya metisui, Abu Dhabi ya metisui. Islands no. Island bi akwa obekwa kotuniura. Ubekwa Island, Dream Island, ubekwa Alda for na aye ni nyina. Most of the islands or Abu Dhabi kra Alda na ye. Uko Dubai, ubekwa koto Damak properties. Aye. Ubekwa koto Imar. Omu nyina ye individual companies so and oma fa specific places and oma develop it. Uko Island ne so more wo mo dia. Building apartments wo nyina wo mo dia. Schools they have developed a whole community, including road network. Ekosa Island and also. And what would have been a derelict island is now a hub. Koyasa, Obi woho, omo develop Yas Island as one entertainment island. We ye fa we, nkakra be say ye koyeni. Oh no, Sadiq, I'm not in Ghana. I wish I was in Ghana. I wish. But I'm not. Baby, I'm a one. It's a semi lessons if free her. Instead of coming to sit here and brag about makoha, that's not the point. The point is to look at where I am. The point is lessons from where I am, and not come and make noise that the government has to do the same for me. No. What needs to happen is that the learning I have got needs to be taken to my village so that I can start applying it in my village. Let me say, I need to start looking at training programs from Rantiene Mabawa, Ewomikrum Brepro, Central, Northeast, Northwest. Me kwa Brepro Central, ma fam Rantiene Mabawa kakra. Na start to say me training them on speaking. Me training them on how to present themselves. Me training them on how to serve customers. Me training them to be tour guides. Me training them how to your friend is make products. Craftsmen me pebi. Na me bua woman no mo ye nua, no mo ye nade, no mo ye ntoma niema, no mo de mame. Na maje. Na me de kokrum na makoton. Me ton wi a me sign the sikana ba community ni mo ho. Na me de abekra niema, na matomo. Na sika aba mrantie ne boto. I will be their prime customer. So I am the person who will set up these young people in business, but I will also be their number one customer. So I bring them revenue so that young boys see, omo bi wo ha, omo betimi anya sika bi, e de free de me ne wo mo yenum, no mo so frase e de hihye wo mo yiri no mudwa. Do you understand the knock-on effect? Onu nya bi free me de enum a wo de hye de yiri dwa. Ne yiri so are commercially viable at the moment. Ne yiri benya bi dia your friends salon am koye ne mowere no my sister salon ni ono so anya customers ane onya asase bi no start si wo tia masons e wo krom ho wo mo nso so wo manya adwuma a wo mo yo ane. This is how the nation building exercise happens in every other place. United Kingdom, United Kingdom, it is a very common thing. Aya communities baby they don't have parks, especially conservatives for services have folded, they've closed because there is no public funding. Conservative for woman, they don't believe in any social interventions. So we deserve it because anyway, what started to happen is that one labor for no labor sympathizers no. Now woman conservatives conservatives social interventions. They complained, of course they complained. When they complained, they realized that conservative are buying a woman's madring. So this is what began to happen. Meme wo ha na meme disikaba say yemfa koye me local community center ni ye. Na maba. They are very refurbish community center no near pay volunteers the gum na start running. Adwa man sat ho hwa do ehunu se park bi ananka play area bi wa na nkwara di agoro wo ho no aban agya sika no. Yes, we have to teach what we have learned. But what is important is that we also apply what we have learned. Don't teach it and wait for other people to apply it for you. You start applying it in your little corner so that we can start making changes in the small corners. When the small corners begin to change, the big areas will also change. They will. They sure will. Eti me makoye park. We go so a meye park no a ubehu no say aye usually lottery, national lottery. Omo hu no say meye park no na me kra na me approach national lottery for my I'm trying to get this park done for my local area. The reason why I want to do it is because this area is mainly full of single mothers. They cannot pay to take their children anywhere. The children have nowhere else to go except this park. If I make this park for these children, they've got somewhere to work. Rah, 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 rah. Mature me proposal. Come on. I'm the national lottery. And I'm the companies to be ho. Na makope sika. Na me diaba. Ni abeye ne kama na nkwada ene nam ho. Funnily enough, most of the time, me and me kwakwa repairs that area. They don't even write my name on any plaque. I just do it because it needs to be done, and we keep it moving. Me let me who say baby bi wo ho ankwada gu ho. Na kire se nkwada ni bibi yo. Na ma pe bibi e be ma nkwada. Oh, these are just parks, green areas, and agro playgrounds, play areas, recreational areas where people can sit and have a conversation and have their kids run around. Because in Abrochire, there isn't a lot of space in the houses. The houses are very small, especially in the United Kingdom. The houses are very, very small. It's not enough space for children to play. Most people don't even have gardens, and if you have garden, it's a small, quaint one. So having a public space in your neighborhood to actually take the kids to take the kids to the park, so the kids can ride their bikes, they can run around, they can play and be kids, have fresh air. Very important for mental health. But it's other people who make these things. Other people facilitate Sanyama way. They build it, they get it done in the communities they live in, and usually in the communities they come from or the ones they live in. So Obia was doing something in a community they lived in or come from. And Ubehunu said communities are beginning to spring up. Communities are beginning to develop. People are beginning to get emancipated. If we already have our local school, why will we vote for somebody just so they can promise us a primary school? If there was somebody who can build their own local school and an MP comes and says, I will build a primary school for you, everybody in the community will laugh at this potential MP. We've already done it for ourselves. Thank you very much. Come again, come and tell us something new, is what everybody will say to our MP. So the MP will go and think, we're going to say, hey, these people don't want primary school anymore. Hey, they don't want KVIP. Of course you don't want KVIP. What is KVIP? You should have built KVIP already in your village, because your share of the national cake should be much bigger than KVIP. But if you don't have a KVIP in your village already, then a politician will find the least need in your community, which will be the KVIP. 2 rooms of a toilet, 1 for males, 1 for females. He will come and build it. Even I, with a little bit of a stretch, should be able to build a KVIP in my village. But I won't, because I'm selfish. If I had the common sense to build the KVIP in my village, when the MP comes and he's surveying to see what can be done for this village, KVIP is already done. They will not come and build a KVIP because it's built. So instead of coming for a KVIP, the toilet, they would go and build a school, more useful. They might go and refurbish the market, more useful. They might look into projects, little factories for people in the town, more useful. Because I have removed the useless ones, the politician will no longer come and trick my people with the toilet. But as long as they me krom toilet in ho, then kwadada so sensɛn abɔnten. So politician biba no kasi wo besi toilet a wo mo nyina beto aba ma no because ye nhunu bi da. Omo nhunu toilet da. They will think the toilet is the best thing in this land because yes, to them the toilet is the best thing. Me patch me ba why. One second. I'm just trying to respond to somebody's question. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Sadiq, because where in Ghana am I from? I am your eternal Ghanaian. Because actually, when I look in my heritage is all over the place. My heritage is from the Brong-Ahafo region and also from the central region, but that's not the only places. We have many year. So we call Upper East region. They look like my cousins. People in Upper East Titru. When I look at my bone structure, I need maybe Michelle Microphone deeps. You people, you are my people. Oh, yeah. In Ghana, it's difficult. So it's very difficult. I'm not one of those purist people who will tell you, say, I'm from one village. We all from the same village. I have allegiances to a few places in Ghana. But me Okani Bama and I'm Futuni Bama. Maybe that helps generally. May say we all need to start looking at ways in which we can make change happen where we are from. In our little corners, shine your light. Shine your light so your house is bright. When you finish shining lights in your house, put some on your walls so around your house is light. If you were to look at my local community, Ubehu is a street light, they are quite sparse. On everybody's wall. Let's see if I can show you my wall. Oh no, walk it to a year. Oh, it's difficult to turn this angle, but we are both a cania. It's your wall, so every bay 1 meter, 1 meter by 1 meter, 1 by 1 meter. And when you go outside, anybody, I will go out this evening and I will film Sadi and then put it out. Obia wall, cania say yes, one wa fi hon, when a wutia electricity bill. No. Me neighbor on also be electricity bill. No. The next person should tua electricity bill. No. But because me didn't can near to me die home, let me tua home bills. Now or no DB to ne die who no will tua home bills. Now or no should be to ne dear who no will tua home bills. No, what is happening is that there is a lot of light everywhere. The government doesn't even need to do a lot of street lights. Communities said there are no internal street lights because everybody is providing lights. And because the Obia is shining a bit of light around Nedino, there is a lot of light in the whole community. Beautiful for everybody. In Tianajo here, United Minana. Bye bye. Me will have one show. Me will businesses in a year of interest that SSMA act on. Inti me will. That's the inquiries about business and so but I need to respond. As I was saying to you before, no? And when the dear needs to be table, so it is a dear needs to be table, so no, I don't ignore it. As I said, may careful. Now may sure said dear anybody and no so I am satisfying it. Ebusie, Masem no, simple. Me see nation building, no. It starts from individual commitments. Nation building is not a binding banwa. It starts from individual commitments. What will be committed? Me may committed. Ye committed. Nation building could occur. Then what the politician needs to do is the big things which will support everybody. But at the moment, your politicians want to see toilets. Your politicians want to see toilets. It will you crew. That ben want to see toilets in no mercy schools. That ben want to see schools in no my marketplaces and san want to see factory. It will crew. Ah. I see a between yache. 81 kasa si toilet no otom. Mon ka mo humom na munsi mu school. Market no mo kasa mo refurbish it. Mu wi a aban ne ba ho no oba bepe project na they will start from the big project because that is all there is left to do. The small irrelevant ones have already been done by the people. We don't need to be deceived by emo because we can buy our own emo. Oh, banner so be a project it has to be big life transforming projects. But until the small projects are done, no, by convenience, the politician will always go for the small ones because those are easy to do and those are still visible for taking credit. Anyway, politics no. Metaka enra made the video be a made it to abonting. Now in this video, I was talking about personal accountability. And the fact that you don't wait for any politician anymore. You do things for you. If you are not working flat out at the moment, there's something wrong in your thinking. Because it is you who will work flat out to put money in your pocket, believe me. Unless say be away your politicians, be cronies, very close inner circle, of credit, but no cray. Ye free where no swabble. So what person would did ya as what the one sa. What the wadring, what the year juma, na would di. Yet will hosta walk up with the anyway. Find your own because it is you who will feed you. There is no politician who is about to feed you 3 square meals a day. And masoda. Sister Sylvia, good morning, sis. And to say, I was just thinking I need to have a little chat with you until when your time and let me know. Why? There is no politician about to feed your kids for you. There is no politician about to put your kids in top schools for you. If a politician puts your kids in schools, it would be at the bottom of the bottom de la bottom. Schools they will not take their children to themselves. There be a Ghana politician in Kwade Papone. Okay, America, politicians are American, one man public school. Okay, Britain, you see Mr. Blair, the people's prime minister, or no Kranema, one public school. Time I Obama for better than who is a woman no more cause I do. Obama didn't back cause I took away a punch. In all the influence our one was media there, I was still sending me to public school. So what are their kids go to exclusive schools where they meet other well-connected people, where they become more influential. What do you train man another 10 minutes? Obama for mano. They will start writing books and all of us will go and buy it. They will start granting interviews. We will all pay to listen. They will start doing things, moving, shaking. And man, one say in a few years, say Michelle ne Barack or Mobaba no Penino or call for Senate. Baby, yeah, building for the next president. Baby. You know why? Because Senate Papa no mobile, influence our munya and would have positioned Aquarani baby. It's before you are here screaming and shouting about Obi, family and friends. Yes, it is usually family and friends because family and friends, they say, should share the best positioned in Krofwa. I am a family and friends, no. And then people for can no. If the family and friends are the most qualified and the most competent, yeah, what's your area? But in fact, what shares the Nato Rollins, for example? Baby, I did the Nato school near the Nico school, Papa. It is Zanato Rollins is coming from the Rollins era, and Zanato Rollins is positioning herself very well. You will see Zanato Rollins rocking waves in a few years because it's inevitable. It's inevitable. Zanato Rollins will win him, Zanato Rollins will connections, no. Zanato Rollins, you prepare ground need your mano. Springboarding off ne papa dear. See how fast she's managed to transition in. Yeah. Sa. Papa Kufuoma. Papa Kufuoma better no opposition ne mano. It is say Papa Kufuoma, they own businesses. Papa Kufuoma, one more telephone number to a majority of the big movers and shakers. Say Papa Kufuoma, person ye baby say ya. Papa Kufuoma just needs to pick a phone and call Asumesi and say Sadia me person me the people will facilitate it. Papa Kufuoma is already on his way. Success almost guaranteed. Annie. So say ya one more to see. Oh no, papa adu show boy. Papa adu show boy ne mama no. Womu nyina befa womo papa influence ho. A position womo. So woman yes ade no mo krom ya sansafo. So papa be di president. Na watena ho na papa di president ewie no wanya ba bia nyina. Ah, no wadwe nya adwuma. No, 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 no. So don't sit here and say and say womo manya baby gyina. It is natural. So me say womo man no kra so man take advantage. No man timi am position womo ho no mo yakoshifo. Ese sɛ wo papa nya saa dibea no a wo nso so wonya so mfasoɔ bi an pacho wo no wodi bia ne sɛn die dibea na wo ma ne begina so no wo de akɔ manim ɛno na mebisa wo no ɛno ho adwuma na ɛsɛ sɛ woyɛ antie wodi bia ne sɛn wo position ne sɛn a wonti wo ma benya baabi agyina na no mebisa me ho saa question me no mapɛtɛ 3 gallons because mebisa me ho saa question me hunu sɛ saa me ni baabi agyina me ni baabi a me ha me mai hey me man kwada ne bre hey ane me decision making bi na bema me mai abre me decision bi na bema me mai wo mo ho atomo it's chireben no ameye is because say me pe baabi agina na me ma no so anya better place to stay me ma no so anya more connectivity ane Sadiq Adams ye me nua ya ma behunu no her sister Sylvia say me ho chire me a metimi say because of me am ni obi a me yonti da me ho be chire me na me ma no ho be chire me no metimi afa phone na free sister Sylvia. Hello Auntie Sylvia. Say hi. Auntie Sylvia, my mom is Ama Manson. So, oh, I know your mom. So yeah, Auntie Sylvia, I would like to work in your organization, but I don't know. Auntie Sylvia, so don't worry. What are your qualifications? I say, I don't have qualifications. I say, don't worry. You need this, you need that, you need that, you need that. To go, Sister Sylvia, to go and find this thing. When you find it, come. Na me bana huni di excess away young kasa. Na me be di me wakwaya sa course no na wakwaya sa qualification. Or ye we are no asia for phone. Hello, Auntie Sylvia. Or say yes. Auntie Sylvia, I have done what you said I should do. Okay, now apply. When you apply, can you address it to your friend is saying, why could I also say Kofi Guna for the attention of Kofi Guna? And just put it in. When you've sent the application, just text me. Let me know you've done it. Kofi, yes. Sylvia knew. Kofi me wafa asie bi pese wo ba be ye adwuma wo ha o ya kwada pa se ne maame ye me yonko pa omo free very good family ane oh kwada ne de wo mo hojo adan very very bright boy very bright girl wakoye qualification we oh jai akwada no hunu no a enye small Kofi sisa o say yes okay with the money for application into application ne koto mu no ano wa hu say Sister Sylvia preceded the application with a phone call. Kofi enim say Ama Manson ba the application ne beto Kofi table so Kofi hwe oh na so wo we oh so wo we everything is good. No, they are hired, Sister Sylvia. They are hired because Albert Handyman, Marche. Good Albert, Bokodie. We okay. Check your temperature, mammy. Maybe a fever kakra. Whilst which opponent? Do you know my opponent? Ehana ya mu reveal mo ho, mu ankasa mu show mo ho. Because any maybe or her statement be or her what we are, it is not intelligent. Tell me who my opponent is. Do you know my opponent? Huh? And now what the winya assumptions are what for any irresponsible statements in I'm looking for people to take you on personally. Wouldn't me? My opponent in the wine. Do you know me? Huh? When your baby agina would two be a free baby and what to whom they are twabonting. Some of you will begin to have to substantiate on this social media. You will have to show me my opponent and tell me at the crowd baby crab went to who would me who hypocrite. Now hypocrite I am say at him. Usually, if I am able to be a hypocrite before you, I am more intelligent than you. If I am able to trick you, naturally say win him answer, and I win him. There are certain words be or how bekasa one kasa it has implications for you, so think twice before you throw them. May I am able to be a hypocrite before you. I am able to play with your mind. With me, done it down a warding. No, that's me a smart thing. Hypocrites are intelligent people, and then to be able to be a successful hypocrite. What can I say? What's the uncle of it? Master, you steady, what? You steady. You steady. Some more yari dada no one. Moba baby and nipa one na mo refi mo na yare dada na da ne ho adi ne da bi pe ho aduro. Wow. That's it. Hypocrite is a very difficult job. Have you done it before? I will recommend you to go and attempt to be a hypocrite. Only smart people can be hypocrites. Abu fusa marakwa. Oh my and try so. I mean, I say me Martin can say you. And son Abe Kwase be sure so be substantiated. And don't you dare run. Come and answer. Bra be answer. Bem katachi wo tadua be mami muyaye. Bra, wo kwen. Wo beto one loose statement no dwane akọ. Ka bra, na be mami muyaye. I want to hear your response. Yen intem. If you are not willing to engage, don't come here. When you start, I will finish it with you. Albert Handyman, yay. Wo wen. Hypocrite Ama is calling you. Come and continue this conversation. Kabra. Bra, mon friend, ma'am. Ka ho bra, that's what. Hypocrite, intelligent hypocrite. Mama Umuya, come and respond. Sister Sylvia, you know, so I dig you just as much. I think I dig you even more. Rich. Although the old friend is able to say any yo. But on no bad no abefro. And I make an Ghana for deep na mo de frefrem crop. For necessary some started doing who. Good morning, Sister B. I miss ask them to make catch them. Now, no, me catch them say, your class assume you, and I come yama. Now, me try and say, may you Christo ni. Me say, when you know, that's sorry, I'm one pie, say Christianity. Now, a person like me, software be started preaching to me. Now, I started seeing how to tame my macocious mouth. Manu a year too. And ya boy, kwasi yankwa ne ya teni you, they be a me catch them. Yes, I have a very professional pepper mouth. TTB, I'm catching them with my cautious mouth. Don't you guys remember? Now I know me said, Ama, you throw some professional shades. Hey, so what person would throw shades? Yari, I may wonder that. I'm trying to send me some yari. The last week or so, more who was social media. So we decided to be my work and also the Anyasem Kitwa. Wouldn't him send me to be man I won't pa and me come and me too. Because Nancy would twa me. Hey, Albert Handyman over him. Coward! Over to one comment here, walk cabra. I am a hypocrite, you are a coward. Come! I prefer to be a hypocrite than a coward. Kahobra. Nien twaso. Bra! The name calling can be two ways. Maybe a hypocrite, I own it. I am a very professional hypocrite. What's your say? Me say, move me your photo. Adela. Share. Well, baby, I am not going to that. And these people like this, now say yana mayemo. What would this answer? No. Mayemu say. Ube cancel for me, man, for who need you. Ubu habit to so be see I say about when ya if you break central, not east, not west, if you don't know. But I'm a hypocrite. Is called Montague. I'm questioning personally. Cabra, Albert Handyman. Right? I'm a hypocrite to look for Howard Albert Handyman. Now me no know because he looks like so person me yo. Or be frame hypocrite. Cause me am being a hypocrite. You don't know. I am a professional hypocrite. That did before. Now made a video on it about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. I was telling you, say, this bullying has to stop. It has to stop. And in order to stop this nonsense, you have to tackle it head on. Really. So obi se wo ho nyefe na ha wa kokoye beauty technique ne betenase. And now me sorry, me twa me photo, me share shorts. menaya kwa since that year wo me na menaya kwa mia menaya na me am there to social media ha mafu ma mom esensen ha because mafu ni say ya netie kwa me boafo wonya hu no decide ni yet wo it is definitely there. I'm trying to get you guys to know me very well. Me fa hwinsie mo me patcho sister be frementem na juice plus no why me srew ai amai me ya say it be bro me ya me hu nyina na aka shorts ni t-shirt but me fu aye se bankusim eh say na mafutie. I'm quite happy for you to see say na mafutie. It is a wish ya me baby na mafusensen baby a enya nwanwasem kora. Ama Manson has a big stomach. Who hasn't seen it before? Ama Manson one edit to abonting. So Crawford who is so bibi and the hypocrite. Yep. My GB two. I'm a hypocrite. Hey, bra coward. Or my friend, ma'am. Call him for me. Catch her and decide I called him a coward. One no sombra. No metal. Nonsense. If you are go for hard you. When me person quite heavy no. I'm trying very hard to make a good Christian. You say a good Christian will be your woman you be. To me work meeting baby. Both a bron some small we say. No aba. No about two one shade no ko. So someone say obey ye woman be Christo some class says what? Both friend ma'am. Hey, and now the park where what happened? Cabra, what he? So by oh yes, so crowd was cycle. More hand mammy, won't Albert Handyman. One chin, ma'am. More friend, bra. No one ran one mammy, we are. The triplet worshiper to say, Marty. The lie you're in. But cat a coward. Who but what baby so to the baby your idea? Oh, baby, do me matter about being a coward, being a hypocrite. How the catches a bistro hypocrite. What else a hypocrite? Or media bistro? Me, obi catch them say me a hypocrite. These words na ya to know. We don't really think about it. To say somebody is a hypocrite, it's not an insult to. When you say obi a hypocrite, and actually say nipa krono to me say actually. Naturally say nipa no to me the wadwin edi agro. Do you know say you just admitted say the person is more intelligent than you? O to me the wadwin edi agro wo ye intelligent say. Onim nyansa say. Na dwin mu do say. Ne ho e hare say. And you to be a hypocrite to you successfully. So be person a hypocrite. Now one need sa skills no won't me you. And I'm oh. Anyway, mo hwehwe no mo hunu na mo fa ne mra. Mo ka kire so mema mi ayo. I mean, I don't do one liners. O meto one shade na wonko. Amra ne antutu ne ye. Okay. See you should I kasa nanze. Wenya, you will come and so. Mo hwehwe ne mam. Me could have been hwehwe no. Abranti we pa na de what watwi. Wa anye ne ye, wa mfa mfa ye ne. I mean hwehwe no. The lad ya wosre. Me hwehwe no. Me hwehwe abranti no de say kura. Na me hwehwe no. Na me nya fa de mra de me ni ni djuma. O de say. Albert Handyman. I me hwehwe no. Me hwehwe no. So we need me ya hear me yo. I was on quite idea time. Maybe I'm the more rich so to me with that, miss me to me with it. What? And to I was just looking at responsibility. I'm looking to see how nara. See, I start to see a dream nation building. When you see a once say nation building, and you one government to be necessary. The government is going to do nation building, but it will have to be done in partnership with individuals. I have to have the goodwill to support Aban. You have to have the goodwill to support Aban, so that Aban bia etisubia yebetimi abuano. Ghana for pen the timid hypocrite ye insult to. Go and look up the definition of a hypocrite. To be a hypocrite successfully, You have to be very Machiavellian. Adeɛ bi ayɛ double-edged sword. I'm about first. I'm gonna go into politics. I'm gonna go into politics. And I was telling you guys, the sad state no I'm woman no. Me mistake ko politics. Me could do politics ni mo akro I'm bono. Mo de mo nsa begu mo pampam because I am hungry. But I'm a very skilled, competent, hungry woman. I will be such a competent thief. That bokro no na mo kra mo donate bi di ka ho. I know me. Into me pesa me ko ho. I'm trying to see say mema me marry secondary school. Na meka eswate. Edu university ni di ankwara no me ntimi ntua wom school fees kwa metimi amomaji loan. No mako. Womo adachi womo nya womo atua. Anything that me meti heading so be who say me make a political move ever, it will only be done after me marry secondary school. I mean the school fees be atua. Maybe what here dan ameto bia afi we meka kire me kudu say afi we kwa na wi ya whatever dan aye ntoye. Me say me ntua bi. Efiri saa da we ko so who say me kunu si dan bia na ye me kunu na esi di agege me so. Me ha me ho say dan bia me pese me tomato awi. I own a few, not one, not two. My bob any be pa. Inti sa me ko politics ni ma me nko pedan. Say your friend say me nko peka because say ansa na me ko na me ka me V10. Me kra me pay 8 V10. That meto V10 no, me to V10 is selele me ko politics. Minima de kra me ko ye ho. As a politics you could be so. So I could your friend politics no. Me to V10 na me drive yakoho. We do Adam Church. Hello. What enumpo dela cunning? To be cunning, you have to still be intelligent to be cunning. Kwekwana say, or you're cunning. You know, some of the greatest people who do the greatest good, they are cunning. They are able to outwit Enyema in order to do what they do. And some of the worst people are cunning. The positive and the negative. They have a lot of things in parallel. They have a lot of things in tandem. Hypocrite, you insult, boy. Maybe I may be a hypocrite. Yeah, I am very diplomatic. Very diplomatic. Make them say I am very emotionally intelligent. And yes, will be a kind of certificate. For a person to be that, you can also be very dangerous. Very dangerous. To say I am a Bekasa wa ha me Kenyans asema etomasum no. Se edam neba. Let me decide this say me so me two man no si mumu bi so say me di mo atem say I am di atem no a ewurade. Say nyame anya madom na man control it. I have a good command of words. It is a me de la besi ha say me sopa de la. Oh. Meti me a presenti case ama mu nyina mahunu se binua de la wo ye kronfo so wonwi ahwe da. Meaning pefe so wonwi ahwe da. Se mpese me di ntro gu de la so a be di airtight ntro etimi di egu de la so. But the difference between doing it and not doing it is ethics. Self-regulation. Anything that I make them say in nation building. Even or software no amasopana no. The so one fast wapa. Maybe say your software be na kasa ama mate. Say me responsible. And say me kasa by hatically. They make an crofoti. Say me careful man ki kan kwase asem. Thinking say maka fa me ho adi. Say yes as software ne ka asem no kan sem wa meka ni social media hankan nye bi ni. Nka me kasa ansem no a wo mo enim nyansa ni bi be fa sa ansem no e de atumrika de akoye wo ma de. Rich so bi sa ansem bi o. What I don't know, no akra yenim na dwen ye ho baby odi gina de ye ho ni hypocrite. Me nya sure so do akasa kro be press conference I onim de obeka ho. What's camera no? Which of the personas present itself is what he's rolling with? Nation building, no? Nation building, starting from personal accountability. That's all I'm saying. And then me person mu nyina mo nam na mo dwendwen de mu bedi ho. Mo dwendwen de mo beyo ho. Instead of saying say politician you're responsible for everything in your village, you know. Who say one so oka or mine, you are part of the people. It is your responsibility to start bringing solutions to your corner. Why? Small solution. See toilet. Why we see toilet in tea? Politician anybody will be see school. A school is better for your community than a toilet. Believe me. See school no. We see school no politician anybody as a sort of factory and a deba. So what will be a one district, one factory, a man can say it. Because some of those factories are really changing communities. What you need to start asking for is 3 factories, 1 district. It's the next part in what was what. Don't come and say 1 district, 1 factory yet, because you know pay say 1 district, 1 factory. But I say 1 district, 1 factory and so because there are many villages within the district. It is say 1 village, 1 factory. Nipa de ba no obeka kire say 1 district 1 factory nye e political campaigns wa Jamaica no ka kire say hey wanu tum emfi adwi media agro me kika nkwase asem wo ha insult ye intelligence hey 1 district 1 factory there ye pa what are you going to do better sana campaign season we ss ye no why wo konu obi say 1 factory ne nya stop them in their tracks. Don't allow them to lie to the public because woka say nya wedding throw. Hey, factory, no, what will you do better? That's the question we need to start asking. What will you do better? What can you do better? We are the people who will stop the politicians playing that game with Yadrin. We ba wasi we dienye, we ba wasi we dienye. Obia dia wo ye sin kane no ani anihwe no. Secondary school no hospital no eno nso ye ambulance ba eni nyina ye se kane de ne ye wo no na mom stop making noise about the will be ba ya watimi aye and no so kra waye bi. What are you going to do better? That's where our politics needs to go. What are you going to do better? Independent candidate ba na wodi incumbent atemo ka kire say yenim we di wonye yenim se wonye enso ye ote ha wanu tum na kire ye de wo be ni differently. That's where our politics needs to go, so that enyese will be bad no about the broken record. Our colleagues from the MPP, shut up. Our colleagues from the NDC, shut up. Our colleague from the Diaba, shut up and tell us what you are about to do. That's where we need to move politics to. If the population will start demanding synchrophobia viable policies, explain their womobe, we are no longer interested in being audiences to Obi Atenie, to your friends a rubbish Obi achievement. And no, ye name the that Matiabre Jaika, the Chiremedi Wobeye. And in ne, when you crom for dinkoma, catch them say phrase nini, Jaika, ne Chiremedi Wobeye. My bye we see Yahunu Jaika. Nature media will be a dia soso. Must see 1 factory yate. Jaika. Should be a beba next. And no who here factory need we see yate ye dase ye. By ye way ye hunu ya kasi de ni hunu ye. Di mbiem na be ya ka ho. De wo ba beka obi de no ka kire de say Jaika. Na kire ye de wo be ye. De wo no nso se waye we ni Jaika. If we are able to change the rhetoric, so that people come and they have to tell you what they will do better, what is coming next, how it is going to be made better. We are currently wasting too much time talking about the same things that don't change anything. What is done is done. Stop wasting time on it. October no krasa. Basically, I can November, December, need the first week yan year to obey. Yempo, abawe, yebeto. Ye tree mutain, abawe, yebe choices. Menanka minya, nanka coalition of independent candidates, they go forward. Nanka independent ni na 1 voice, edi atechiri. Menyanisa. But I'm not a child. I am not going to spit the dummy. I am not going to throw a tantrum because I am not a child. Me nyanisa. One more what would what ballot paper no so no. Wisdom says I'm be. Yeah. Oh yes, Stella. That's where we need to start pushing. We need a development plan. And when that development plan is available, no ba what's we say that's it. We suppose we that's it. We sound necessary, you know. We do need that so that people select from the young kasi ya agree. See a bear. Into ba we kakra. Obi ani ho betimi aye awie. We kakra na eja kwan na akọ. The ba no so select kakra no waye na eja na kwan na akọ. E be do 20 years that's our projects. The majority, if not all of them, are done. Me say, me no, say, I've not been in a hurry to release any statement and to do anything because me and Kasa decided yet. Nipa ba could be what ballot paper no so they are supporting it wholeheartedly for no reason. No bagawaya. Oh, wabai. I am so proud of Sama Ameno. Mogana for anyone school, anyone yet the Nipa one school has got her name on the ballot paper. That has to get you some respect. Aye. No nim de anyone nim de e mu bi se brofo kwa na de yade there be ye di nyansa ne adwen de to ho de yade nya brofo na brofo de yetimi tua ka mo bi ye interpreter mayen world leaders here woni mu yi dodo na brofo no kra wonte obi na no so ka nya ma ye kan intententem a wonte but san krofo no they can pay for interpreters to interpret for them we ne de yasem congratulate auntie Kwadonko se wuhunu no. I'll try and get her back on the network so we can talk. A lot of you have lessons to learn from Sama Ameno. She is the poster girl for resilience. The epitome of your friends say determination. Water off a duck's back. Atenia mudidini in fan of Kwadonko school. And so what? Or you go farmer, but we ballot paper. So how amazing! How amazing! Me nana kunedu no or your back. But in your many na I am a support to my candidature. Me obi accuse me over can't having tea seen and I couldn't do when I catch them say man na I am a can woman say maw. And I couldn't do me share them who baby I would equal ye mean tea I see ye to mean kai and way talk. Then put Santia Quia or Honante Yaw, Nam see my fancy Quia Bonia woman saying. Auntie ya dear she is my icon when it comes to personal self-care goals. Damn who says I'm a mini D70. No chia pencil heels, share yellow dress, be no any clue digging. Say, hey, mammy, we me dig you too. But me who your friend is say, oh yeah, rabbit. Her story is different from Antioquia. Missing the penny, you know, Antioquia story in America. Because I know it's hope for the ordinary person, and nobody a woman is saying. Ghana for. Since when can we no longer choose? Adio bia mobile handy padrins. We can choose. Oh, we can choose. Obi choose what? The prerogative. Of a dan me dase, Yankupon shiraw. Me pese obia yaka wo krabo ahye. Ni yaka kire wo se wuntimi nyo. Wa anko school nti wuntimi nyo. Wo won tem nti wuntimi nyo. E wo ho nye fe nti wuntimi nyo. Sa ankrofo no, wo mo na wo ye of interest to me. Wo nye payment nti wuntimi nyo. Wutimi twa tiri ho pese. Still betimi ayo. Wa no pose se me de still betimi ayo. Wo hwene se de etena so je awo still wo betimi ayo. Kuya wa uncle school kuya na didi wo ballot paper so because when I interviewed Auntie Kuya around June now she was saying she would get her name on the ballot paper na mo sre. There is a video I shared the video. I put the video out I think a few days ago. It was about Singapore and the lessons from Singapore. Now me decide to abonti because of more I am dede about Pan-Africanists. No, munti nam decide to. One of the reasons why Singapore became successful was Singapore chose English as a unilateral language because Singapore, like us, almost more tribes, baby. Singapore for no, one more religions, baby. Sewofa we kasa, no one for we kasa, edia kasa beba. So again, they decided they were going for English as the official language so that everybody could understand everybody. But they made sure that everybody could understand the English to a very high extent. Yeah, your problem. No. The problem is not the English language now yet communicating. It's because we have no control of the English language. If we were taught in a language, then are you literate in tree? Ayigbe na wodi ye dede ne se tro ayigbe classic ayigbe a wo betimi akan. How many people can read it? I still believe, say, in terms of official communication, the English no and the unilateral, because at least they don't know average obi kasa. Yen kasa will be the yesin will be. Yes, I kasi ye katri pe the amane beba. The padodo na katri the but encrophobia will not accept to say yen katri because ono su krum kasa ho hia no. And it's also a valid ono so ye Ghana ni bi ono su krum kasa ho hia no. Adenti na onya ni de no wo mekatri ene sa de ye nyina yen kabrofo. I am one who believes in ye nyina yen kabrofo. After all, ye nyina ye kabrofo no kra ye kwa abrochira ye beti de nkrofo ka. But again, the point is that the ordinary Ghanaian will understand the English language enough to know that the word hypocrite is not an insult. Hypocrite, any insult. Obikacho said, don't be stupid. Or truthful. Or say, don't be stupid. So I can't say you are stupid. Or expressing the opinion. You don't need to agree. I would say insults where they have no power on any power. You're granting a power. Also, Richard Kwame Asare say, Ama Manson, you are an idiot. Me say, okay, no, my friend is telling me for what opinion. They say, me you idiot. Oh, maybe what opinion? I have no respect for your opinion. I have no respect for your opinion. So, water off a duck's back. But don't be catch us, Ama Manson, stop being daft. Oh, too for. What's it, JGB, you know? Only what the more. Hey, your futu. Hey, your futu. Ama Manson is a hypocrite. Yes. Watch them not doing. Nampo a no kra. Sama Manson is a hypocrite. Sama Manson, imagine it was superior powers over what there. Miss Adam Huno. Again, no insult. No insult. You just admitted. Say me who are harassing, me who are trusting. And also you okay. I have no problems with that one. But then I wanted to put this thing out. Let me wrap up this way. And spend your day looking for a job if you don't have one. If you already have one, spend your day looking for something else which will bring more income onto your table. And if you already have a Nema SSA pushing Sika, push those agendas with everything you have. And try and make sure say you make a big leap towards financial liberty so that you are able to afford the things you need, including the things you want. So that wadoye bakra with me be dima obi edidum obi. So we say we are utumi to anamon ede boa nkrofo. But then boa wo ho. Make sure say you are not dependent on aban bi boa wo ho. Make sure say won train say will be ba be ye amount in an election year boa wo ho. Make sure say adie bi a wo pese wo to no. Awo bo bra such that wo betimi ato. Adie bi a wo pese wo yo no. Wa chihye wo niam say wo betimi ayo. So that you don't wait for anybody, you don't depend on anybody. That is where you buy liberty for yourself. So what mean as liberty ne de ma wo ho a ubehunu say de aban ye enhyeda. Oh, Della, English language ne sa net you. They haven't insulted you. They've just expressed an opinion on you. They just have. You may accept it and cry, or you may decide to disrespect it and move on. It's an opinion. What you are doing? And then this day, kokopriwuti. Pribima woman, pribima wunuyanum. Why? But don't sit and don't wait for politician Bia to come do fiam for you. Because when you are dependent on a politician, they be a mekachero, it's appointed unto you to be disappointed. Savior no ono anewa oba de nyankopo wo de niam a wohie nyinara wo de adue wo mu dada. Akwadworo nketenkete, ani hanketenkete. Wanting to deflect responsibility to other people. Eka ho bi na de aduru de yedru. Take control of your own life. Take control Wunya control no aboa wunua bi a ono emreyo ewo na fam. Enra video na me de to abonte na I was explaining the enti a me nkwa abonten enkotea mu enkoko in the name of fighting for freedom. Me nye bi da biem. Me ntokwa no me kono wa ha. This is my protest, by the way. Sa video see me. This is my protest. My protest is to get your mentality to shift. I will never call you to the streets to fight because I know Sawoko Street when I walk bro. I don't want to take responsibility for that. You are a man. Go to the street, fight, demonstrate. Abra wube wiye beba na ekom neti ho chen wo. There be wuye minu ya menyo sa abon ni bi. I won't do it. Eti bi se dela kwatena adwuma. Koye adwuma. We adwuma we are learn to boycott. So obi nip company and a one running ethically. Don't buy any products from them. Kokoto wo baby fufuro. Let me say, nkrofo bi wo ha na me momo ye niam me hunu say obani saloon bi wo ho me nkohoda. I'm boycotting them. I will not pay them to disrespect me and disrespect other people. Menko. Airlines bi wo ha, I don't fly them anymore. I know my money is insignificant. I don't care, but I will not contribute my dime to it. Airlines bi wo ha, I don't fly them anymore. There baby wo ha menko. I will look for better alternatives. I will not fund what oppresses me and people like me. That is a protest. That is a protest too. It doesn't need some about it na Facebook have a do matem, but media men to woman ticket be me nko hobium. Me any woman yobium. But see me home when I make call. It may not be significant, but that is my protest. Sister Erica, to say good morning, good morning, good morning. Me protest no sana me yero. Me still we Ghana ni but me power chow. One kasano SSA wo pe wo would ye na wo yo. I will play segments from 2 short clips. Miria na fe ya wrap it up. Wow, what person wants to watch me wadwe no? Of course, chile me wadwe. But the niema mienu na to abonten. I want to signpost that. I want to direct you to those things. Wohwe wi a blane yen kasa. Wohwe wi a ene wo abusuafo munni ho nkomo. Wohwe wi a chile wadwe eba. And share the SSN me to share the audio from the page, maybe, so that in here me to play anything. Let me try again. Maybe. Okay, share audio. Say na me person me yellow. Annie. You are having trouble saying. Facebook from impatient. What? Play at the end I say you are having trouble. Well, what kind of trouble can you have? Me play original audio, no? Can you hear? If you can hear, just let me know.
But on Sunday,
play.
I just wanted to throw some punches, deep punches. And Anna Trutitru. Now me share what was going on social media. Me share Canada for elections, no, and quite a few things. I hear me then I'm so me I share but no cry. But listen. Me Canada for Justin Trudeau now for the year did I just wanted to draw attention to Justin Trudeau and a few things that Ghana for don't seem to notice. Justin Trudeau, when he papa a former prime minister, do you guys know? There is something called the world order. It works in a particular way. But I've seen a lot of Ghanaians, Nancy, especially on social media, criticizing and commenting about Enyema, which are world order Enyema. In Ghana, as if say it been Cedar. How does a president's kid become a president? Greetings, Lawyer Bafuboni. A president's kid becomes a president because a president takes his kid to the best school. And in the end, in his kid's generation, his kid is probably one of the most competent to take on the reins. It's as simple as that. The celebrity that is Justin Trudeau happens because there was Pierre Trudeau before him. Ghana started discussing as if it is new, and you realize the world order. George Bush was president after ne papa. It is inevitable because when somebody rises to president, they have all the resources available to them. As long as their kid is cooperative, the resources not to at Aquarani disposal. Aquarani is going to make progress. It's simple, a world order. And my post was, don't spend your energy contesting world order. It's established. It's been there. It will be there for a long time.
spend your energy positioning yourself better. The government is not helping our children. Start positioning yourself to help your children. Because the government in most places don't help other people's kids much. Do you know that? The government in America doesn't help much with American kids. They provide the schools, yes. They put some amenities in place, yes. But the actual nitty-gritty of providing for your kids, pushing for your kids, fighting for your kids, that's your job of a matching. It is no government which is about to do it. I'm agree to you, Aziz to say. Nobody's going to do that one for you. I'm sorry. Don't be fooled to think anybody does it for anybody. Kokohe, your friend is Bojo. Kokohe Bojo in the background, you will understand why he's prime minister. There are certain reasons why people are where they are, and there are certain people who are not anywhere because of the choices people before them make. It is hard, but it is true and it is raw. And I want you to hear it as Ghana for. Now say the abetum no Ghana for to do no embrace it saying. Say the abetum is said ne hokra ma by fault. Krobia so ni ha by provided a hobawai. Am I an paying? And no say by fault. Ni by fault. All these things are ways in which we relegate responsibility of our choices to Nkrofo. Yes, I bind the policy go akwemu. Yes, I bind a smoothie over maybe. Yes, those are true. But me say world order says that each one steal for himself, God for us all. So what say? Until no, I make my true way. Send me articles. Listen, me say, I stand with Ghana. I fight for Ghanaians. No, and you know, everybody fights for Ghanaians, but usually after they fought for themselves. Pretty handy to say. This is the world order truth. Ghanaian educational system is important. We will fight for it. Hey, the abetum crying and saying, which one of their children goes to the public school? Pacho, Kokore say Trudeau or public schooler. Kokore. Bojo, Kokore or public schooler. England, Hono, Bojo or eating. You move your heart, your co Saint Benedict the matter, the primary school, and Ukrainian yadi. Saint Catherine the Holy Ghost. One also the primary school you move because you move okay, you say to the Aben Crebinco. Yanko. Sam Crawford, they went to the kind of schools they went to because their parents could pay. It's that simple, and they are willing to pay. And then there are people like me, my papa, who could not afford to pay fiam, but they understood, so they wanted to position Womoma. So they pulled a knee from Omohunimu and made sure that their kids were to that school, close to that school, so their kids could at least position themselves and contest. Stop wasting your energy mooning about it. It is better spent positioning yourself close to where you want to be. It is much better for you to spend your energy positioning yourself. The government doesn't go to the same schools. Maybe your friends are high. British Prime Minister Ben Aribako or public school. Even the person who is your friends say acclaimed as the PM for the people, Mr. Blair, correct? Any man on public school. Oh, ha no Obia Sheba could be a long time prior to saying Obia Sheba could be of Boris Johnson. I was bike. So look at the British Prime Minister here. Hana catch us Boris Johnson or quite Madibia women or Tanako. Time no ana pay mayor of London. I no na opesa or promote Boris bikes. No or yes video. No, don't be fooled and don't put those things in public space, deceiving public and making people think something. Yeah, leaders, no, they are rats. I know. But most places, no, leaders don't see rats. So when yours are rats, it's not too much of a shock. The West are not really bothered by politicians because most people who are progressive in the West, they help themselves. They are busy doing their businesses. They are looking to get better schools for their kids. They don't really depend on government system until they may moan and complain every now and again just to help the masses out a bit. But they are putting their hands in their pocket to get their kids in better schools. Thank you. And Crawford or they are selling their houses to move out of certain communities because of their kids. Meaning India phobia on the same street as the best school their kids could possibly attend, so that their kids can get into that school because they know they cannot afford independent school. Until they will sacrifice baby a woman. Minimum binum wo and they say do that come at minimum baby wo and crofwe jaya drianidi. Say be ya womama, bet me a position woman. You are not willing to do that for your kids, so shut up about it and stop complaining. and stop making it somebody else's responsibility. It's not. It's yours. It's yours. So they say the Abitum Asimesi wants to help Ghana. Says the truth is everybody wants to help Ghana. Me and my worker, I want to help Ghana, but understand, say I also want to help myself. You'll be very naive to think, say Ama wants to help Ghana. Ama and help Ghana whilst was sure debris from our train. Meaning, I forget that one. It is not wise. Wow. Wow. Real Black Jesus, it is a minia. Good morning, Sister Betty. It is saying, stop asking what other people are going to do for you all the time. I keep saying this. Ask what you will do for yourself. Look at England. Brexit. We are all moaning and complaining about the Brexit. But you know, some most British people are busy working whilst Bojo is doing his Brexit. They are busy striking deals with their European counterparts, waiting to see what will happen in Brexit. They are busy consolidating their connections and working out their own contingency plans whilst Brexit is being negotiated. So regardless of what happens with Brexit, when Brexit happens, those people will be fine regardless. The people who will not be fine are the ones who have their hands in their demrifa. And that is the typical average Ghanaian nowadays. What annoys me the most, say, for most social media, they will go and take picture B from village B of Nkrofo crossing you. So I start to see 1622. God in Godgesburg, Ghana, no, na insuta, na Nkrofo ntimi ntwa nsuo bi. Time na God in Godgesburg go ho no. Na saade wo ho. Then the battle of 1622 koso no. Time say Nana Prempe ekwo ne ntokwa ne say nsuo ta na rivers bi wo ha ye nkroso. That time na schools ni bi better since schools ni bi. It was always established. Me say maybe a world order. It would be nice if the poor schools improved. Yes, for sure. But don't go and bring Saudi say in fact mayor politics say because it cheapens you. It makes me lose respect for you. Look at the youth suffering. The youth have been suffering since 1422. The kind of youth who are progressive and strive for themselves, since 1422, they've been making progress. And there are some youth who have not gone anywhere fiam since Gordon Gudgesberg. They say, so on social media, look at our women not the dad near our hospital. And now Obia Bubu no say one a man woman Ghana for. The dad near was school Diane Quadanity. And now all of a sudden Obia Bubu walls no ana. Other communities for the woman settle one casabotum. AC school daima woman and emuniho. But they say a very cheap politics. Look, we are for the youth, and I'm looking at the youth. I'm like, if you really believe some of these things, then you are very foolish. Dear youth, nobody is for you. Dear youth, everybody is for themselves first. This is world order. Dear parents, stop expecting somebody else to stop minding their kids to come take care of yours. Debbie. And rather than I am a secret, say, look at Kwame A plus. Wabaya was yes, we are London. Kwame has positioned himself. He didn't come from money. He did not come from money. Kwame free aquarius, so to say, the Miami free aquarius so high. But Kwame has understood, say he needs to position himself so that he himself can help himself and his kids. He is positioning himself and making him his better. That is why he is now capable of going to London. Don't complain about it. Position your own self and make sure so you can also go to the London because nobody else is going to take you to Fiam. One more call London, never no money chicken change. Na near the Bia local hospital, near building a OPD bakubi, near the doctor Bia near photos, and one near Bayama. But everybody helps themselves first to Wamase. If you don't understand these fundamentals, it does not matter which political party will come into power. You will always be disappointed because you are expecting say other people will stop doing what they do for themselves and come do yours. Meaning, it will not help you. It will not help you. It will not help you because they will not. You will forever be moaning and complaining, and you will waste on moaning and complaining and do nothing progressive for yourself. That is not wisdom. That is not wisdom, Minia. That is not wisdom. Debbie, you should spend your time and your energy on your own progress. And when you get a bit of time, you monitor what happens in the general. Because that's all that is, the general. Yes. Taxation improvement is good. It will help your business. And if you don't have a business, taxation improvement will not have any impact on your life. Yes. Your progress, your actions might be held by government policies, but no government is going to start any action for you. I am tired, Lawyer Bafuboni. I am sick and I'm tired of Nkrofo propagating Nieman and saying you're 2 foot reg Nkrofo. And many people are wasting on my hoarding on some funny and I don't understand. Because we are adults, I'm expecting us to know, I'm expecting us to understand. And I am full of it. Yes, I'm very passionate about it. I am very passionate about it because somebody needs to talk passionately about this one. I'm sorry. Stop wasting your energy on finding saviors. You are your own savior. There is no ajenkwa coming from anywhere. And ma kwadro nada wo ma wonya usa ajenkwa bi free baby ba. Jesus could have hired some people were disappointed. They didn't. Because those people did not understand their own positioning. Ajenkwa ba wo beboa de wo ye. Won sa show dem refema ajenkwa bie ni wo be sesa hwede ama me see Jesus abako. Binimo da so twen ajenkwa. Ansesa hu oba ye esesa ma binimo pa, but for some people it did not affect fear. It did not improve team. That is the average Ghanaian for you right now. They say the TPP will fix everybody's problems. No political party or pressure group will fix everybody's problem. Say, me join these groups Nibia. I will lobby and I will take projects to my village. Those of you in that same group, I'm on Sasha with them. Nothing will go to your community. Nothing. Now you be the savior. Learn the simple fact. Learn the simple facts. Ko join the MPP. Now far as them reform, you bet your appointments, you will not get fear. Dear party na person join. Me say me cry me beti GPP. Ghana Progressive Party. Beti Ghana Progressive Party we are the first village which will feel my impact is Bripro, my village. Me free wa na me call Triberiate. Me free wa na me call Jemireja. Krobia ni din ye me den na me call. Have you realized that baby a me koni nyina ye baby a year of interest to me? So wo ade pena uncle wa mechire me wukrom. Wa meka wukrom asema nchire me. If you don't come and lobby, if you don't come and make sure say wukrom becomes interesting to me, fiam will not happen in your village. And that is what's happening. So it is not really about the political parties which come. You are your own savior. It is not the political party which is going to do anything. It is you and the people from where you are from, mobilizing yourself, changing things for yourself. That is where the savior is. That is your savior. So don't waste your energy on other things. They say they are making noise when the person Asumesi did this, Asumesi did that. We are tired of Asumesi. All the Asumesis are living their lives. They are trying to put the best foot forward. Asumesi Bia should send their kids to the best school they can, because if they don't, they are idiots. So I be Prime Minister Pana Obate the Jimreja Primary School. Now Usu Jimmy for the wine. Boy, who would do that? Nobody would do that. They all will put themselves in the best schools. And because the first generation position themselves, the second generation will be further than your woman. President Munti Bidano. Introduce yourself to Justice Trudeau. Pierre Trudeau. Who is Pierre Trudeau? Remember 2 examples, but there are many. For America, George W. Bush. I said, Papa, state funeral. You wonder why? Mr. Bush is the son of President Bush. Why? Because President Bush, on him how to become a president, on him school says any back, no him says any bad JW Bush or yellow, or pushing him and the best law schools. Position man chese. It was inevitable. He was always going to be president. He had to be. One of his kids had to be. The Kennedys were the Kennedys because one Kennedy positioned themselves. Simple. But this simple fact doesn't seem to be as known as it should be. And I am sick and tired of a lot of people wasting behind agendas. Behind every agenda, nipa no a leading agenda no will benefit first. It is world order. Nipa no a leading anything will eat before they share. And I mean, if they don't, no ni answer. Some people may pretend they don't, but every single one of them do. Okwani echebi ania utibidi. Wayasi kuro no. Ukrakra wodi. And san wakete. Why? San we are sitting. A friend world order. I think that we need to sit down and have conversations about this world order and what happens in the world order, because world order basics most Ghanaians don't know. I am charging you with a word. That's it. I want to help the people. Have you helped your son? Have you finished positioning yourself so you can help your son? No, Jinaso. You haven't finished helping your son, then you are a fool if you spend your energy on a near maybe. Spend your time developing your business. Go and get some skills and stop being an idiot. Following a near maybe you haven't put your house in order. All these people, I am uncomfortable. Why are politicians old people? Politicians are usually old people because in their old age, they have spare time for the rest of you. When they are young, they want to spend their energies with their families. When they are young, they want to make sure when they are young, they want to run businesses and see a career to a certain point. Most politicians, they come in their 40s because by that time, no more routine age. One more formative years, no, a 4 year. Woke America, they say. Woke France, they say. You can't say Macron, a small boy. Now I say a small boy. I say Macron, or your baby. Mr. Macron. Why, yeah, the SS way. The elites always lay foundation for generations after them. Simple. And that's why they are elites. And that's why they will remain elites. Yet we will not join them because we don't understand core principles. We will not take care of basics for ourselves. Don't waste your energy moaning about other people making progress. Shut up and go make your own progress. Shut up and go make your own progress. When you finish making your own progress, you might not even want to complain and moan about other people's progress that much. The people who make the most noise, the people who are most bitter about what is happening. Every season, but they do need some ex-gratia. Which are ex-gratia behind politics. Why they be giant next year, no politics. No, we are with pension. They should be giving ones lifetime ex-gratia. I mean, no, yeah, those are the ones we need to be discussing. Look at them riding V8. Bra. Correct, a British Prime Minister no away free her anti-May. For life, correct the ban on your Prime Minister just because she was a Prime Minister. Correct the amana chauffeur Timwa, ye didn't benante for the entire duration of her life. Correct. We don't understand world order basics until we make noise and back about everything and anything they say. So they say, yeah, you kill the politician. When they kill the politician, who is going to make your legislation for you? I want young people in place. Young people, man. Ghana young people now don't know tramadol. Trama of when I do negotiated. We have some truth, so we need to tell the truth to ourselves. Ghana youth, and so we call Ghana chat or tickets in the corner youth neighborhood. Muama no pay like it belongs to the youth. Kokore youth that you want. Kokore says our youth now you will Ghana and yet me the position be more money year. Konakore. Konakore is a youth now who no mind power or more position who see it me the be more a year. Konakore. Konakore near maybe Cosmas Kafra. Me phone near one am to so. No, I already me try driver so baby. Now, my hair near maybe I'm not time from internet now. I am speaking raw from the guts because as a Ghana for you need to hear this raw from the guts. Jimina does your system. Basic common sense and near maybe a ABC, the alphabet of life. Now, how would the amount where you need in 1 year? No, what sort of basic kunya? Facebook here better than answer for so power. Talk for so drosso. Titi bi na mo ada, you know say na mta atena so. They say abrabo ye said ye minta antena so. Me na me call no. I want to feed my kids first. Because mo anka say ya me ye video de bia na mo ani age ho. Se bote se ament me feed ne ma mo na mbesa ma besi sa social media we so abedi matem. It is a man pay aduane ama me ne me kunu ne me mani. Na mbetena ho say I want to help you people. I am stupid. I have to help myself first. Boy. Many be couldn't remember the deep me and my free crew and one. No, my so camera and matana and matcham watch you, baby. Yes, we must save Ghana. Yes, young cause sabola kakra. Yes, yes. That reminds me. And then 23rd of October means that I am within 1 month of my birthday, Afi. 22nd of November. No. I want to start collecting sika so that I can donate 100 cups, 1,500 pounds. I know. Last year, no, me 75 no, go fund me. Yeah, Mr. Mo, I feel the mom woman ye kakra. No, sir. When you're 10 B5 be another 2, but she a woman school fees. Why, Mr. And yet 10-5 now the command microphone massa 10-5 for no ma mejiwo the enkebeti me ama watue sika ma wakotena better area that will ba enya better experience. Meaning other people are living this life for yebekwa heaven there, but we don't know. We are working on it. We will try our best. And Uber driver try say be ba family ni so the messy me sim from am sa. From farmer so ntina ne ho nyanye me. I catch say wonuru ha 8 o'clock. About 8:30 still my we broadcast and my friend and fire. Lawyer Bafubon me say I am going it raw, unedited, unabridged, raw. I want you to hear me very raw. Na ma sorry basi social media so. Me nkwa adwuma. Na me social media so. I am self-employed. Adwuma no say me koye na me didi na me si ha. Na me social media so. Debbie. Not. Me say me muhunu say maso camera si ha. Say me ye GPP morning show. And me na me ti GPP. And I say GPP for na betua me sika zeros bebre di akiri. Normal guarantee me say me nya biedi. Na me menya biedi for a long time to come. And son me jade me ya betena ha say me ye GPP for. A GPP na Ghana Progressive Party patro wo balls. Wo beti sa party no. Wo ti ya frɛ me, I will come and support you. We need a third force. No. How is it that your third force is not a political party? Maybe some must ask many times, nobody can answer. We need a third force, but the third force needs to be a political party. The third force needs to be a full competitor for the two demons we have. You cannot tell me, so walk baby. Now what change? Now when the demons, I don't agree. It's wow, balls. We better say Ghana Progressive Party or whatever you want to call it. Freme, never best support. I will be your grassroots organizer. Me, bet now grassroots in my education say I'm free. And no son, we are because you my back. And I remember never be a and yes, I won't person because you my back. No, you misika kakra. One my zeros na dorsum. With significant zeros no be say I am removing myself from work for the next 2 years because my kids are guaranteed. Intimate me asore anopa any can midnight show, ahomachi show, evening show, afternoon show, lunch show, me whole ba show kranka every single time. But until that happens, I need to go find what feeds me. Me na mabeye diaka. San any patie. It's who say we young could be compared your one bedi. Now what try me and son of waboa adena wotiatia. That is world order. Sana brabotie. So we see wouldn't name sa basic and now we are bofra. We are quada. You don't know. Or say I don't write of the youth. Adie. I am writing of the youth. I'm telling you, said the current state of affairs of your youth. You intimi fanya match. Say you person your youth near fit for purpose as I see you develop your youth. Do you know Britain and other places I want to pay young people in politics? They have a youth parliament. They have a place for Enquara to go and rehearse, for Enquara to experience how I hear legislation, for Enquara to understand the textbook nature of politics, for Enquara to develop themselves and be ready when they are young. It is not the fact that they are young now, it is whether they are ready for a task. And in general, in Ghana, general readiness of our young people, forget that one. Ghana cried they called me say I'm a me diagram from youth. Well, at the youth, you're old. We are old. But people around our age are still not ready. They are not fit for much purpose. No youth, 25-year-old. There are some good ones. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, generally, we don't have enough competent young people. And until we have competent young people, again, it's a bit myopic to start screaming, see, incompetent young people. Make I say appointed professor there na Obi F sending me message. Another old person. I'm saying to frame me. I say, Ama, I saw this professor. I was say, Yemfa I'm regiare Obi so protocol. Hey, that man might know what he's doing. This is just as we don't write off young people, we don't write off old people. We just select the best. Maybe policy, no. Select the best, regardless of the people free. Select the best, regardless of one more tribal your friends say association. Select the very, very best, regardless of age. Select the best, regardless of sex. Me and mommy see me your bad, but there are many men who will not be able to tell me say they are more competent than I am. I disagree. You must be competent than me, more competent. Simple. It has nothing to do with your papa. I'm saying, oh, Obama pana you crazy sam. Only pana workers as a nature no castle or your compliment. Your papa the enemy answers, and I'm saying, Bema pana you crazy sam. Set 2019, ye as same way free one to me by bedroom. No, we yamu show no one crazy. Obama pan where Jimmy say. Now one ferry will be shown. Say, oh, Ama, that is not a compliment. That is not a compliment. You can't tell me, say, because me or being wise is something else. I am a human being. I'm a competent human being. And go jina baby in casa asset nature baby at that because you casa didn't and yan send him or bapa and any yansas as Bema pan where Jimmy say. And I won't ferry in our kind of bedroom say, boy, penny toto pan, will you say? Now, pro behavior, done where they say. Ye, minia, and yet not. A person is competent regardless of the sex, regardless of the age, regardless of the hairstyle, regardless of the presentation. You always go for substance, Ghana for substance, regardless of age. Or you're a young girl, Nasa, or you're vibrant, I'll go for them. Oh yeah, Nasa, that is the best option you have, and you cry about it for 2 minutes and you get on with it. I am now sorry. A political stooge is a good Ghana baby. Tramadol, dear Tramadol, ya Ghana. Go and see how many young people wake up stoned and go back to sleep stoned. So young people know I'm when you budget. What can I say more masses be or how many baby? Let's go and demonstrate. There is an uprising in Ghana. I'm saying you today. Okay, Ghana check. Maybe be free by. I was me and saying. Because me namun to crew na niema bia me hu ye awerho asefem wokọ Ghana cha e kan form out to ticket ne ko kokohwe kwode kohwe okohwe wi awakasa why kokohwe we wi akasa we no raw punches me too bebre nepa titru a few times my two to be parents no they say kwanu tu. Don't let me hear about you complaining about education system Ghana. Because Ghana hokro no you see education system Ghana International School ye be yen say crowd them say the brotherhood for you be school Ghana. So if you are willing to and prepared to pay for the best education for your kids, it is available. Your job is to make sure say you become Abna, let's go. Kinky money, and they're good to go. And that is why those people are exploited by the politicians. It is not because of anything. There are some people whose kids will never be exploited by politicians because the parents have made sure of that. They have provided for these kids. They have made sure the kids are not desperate and hungry. They don't need to follow anybody. As I am saying, go take care of your home first. Listen, Adia, there is no old person who can stonewall me at the moment. Because I've made it impossible for him to stonewall me. That's what I'm saying to you. We always say people are not helping us. Nobody is about to help you. Understand this simple thing. The one person who should help you is you. That's the one person who should help you. No other person needs to stop what they are doing to come and do anything for you. And if you tell that to yourself and tell that to your kids, and you plan your life and you live your life according to those principles, it will become impossible for anybody to manipulate you. Nana, put this in the back, please. Morning, Mohammed.
Morning, Mohammed. Give me a moment. Smoking.
No problem. Yeah. Please stop telling your kids other people need to take care of them. Nobody owes them that. Nobody. Every time for me, chamo, me mamo action. Me jidi sa mo hoye, amanie. Ene. Me pesa me ni mudi abrabomu enkomo. It's another textbook masterclass of the status quo, the current status of affairs, and the farabai. Enra, me a statement be, ewo mi nuaman the video I say. I've had a lot of comments about it. It's something maybe I should. Nancy, I've decided I'm doing more disclaimers, so let's go. Me catch them say me new street protester. I've always not been this way. As a young child, na me share your friend is Steve Biko nom, me share Mandela nom. I remember watching Sarafina. I can't remember what the name of the actual film is. As a child, me Dean Sarafina. Freedom is coming tomorrow. I was a passionate child, having watched a lot of these films growing up. I had this romantic view of activism. And Sana. Then I started growing up. I started reading about other freedom fighters who don't go to prison, freedom fighters who still galvanize the people, who get people to transition, who get people's mind to resolve and to change, but they use alternative methods. For me, the biggest change, the biggest transition in my mentality happened in the year 1999. So 21 solid years ago. And since I'm with social media, my ideology has been where it is. But let me explain what happens. Ghana na you were around your friend is saying more universities around that time. No? Na abai so muji school fees. Na school for so mutia. Etienne ye kume preko. Most of the big boys and girls are winning in NDC MPP, most of them were in uni with me around that time. Most of those guys, your protest demonstrations, I can see. Make I pass as a young girl, I'm at lecture theater. And freedom fighters in buy fire, I was always a serious student, even when I'm an activist. Okay, I say class when I was there, but then by on bed disruptive lesson lecture and I saw you do a machine yes sir. Now you block if you want your court and getting yes sir. You go so yes sir, you go so yes sir, and I bry out. You better pay me, mommy. I say yes, bry out, daddy fro. Come here on the spot. This is my little rebel. I'm a rebellious activity for the first time. Be passionate, yes, papa friend. A corner page in the DBS. Or Sherman was straight. See me, Bama, I say yes, papa. Yeah, I see me go protest or say, say, bra. They took me papa de me university bookstore. And of course, selected 3 books he recommended for me. On one, I selected 3 books. No, the mama said, me bama, G books me and saying, go and read them. When you finish reading, I will talk to you about activism. Mrs. Papa, or say Annie, see you. Nam G book no. Nam cooking kanye. Now, as I was reading about these books, one of them was about the suffragettes. A man who won play and Crawford echo in your vote in the UK. No. But this book was actually a book which was looking at after the movement had been successful. Now, one more lead, you started say, started one stories. And one of them, it must be in my things somewhere. I can't for the life of me even remember the name of the books. But it's definitely in my, your friend is say, box beam. Maybe some mammy here, so bit me I will tell you the books, I'll tell you the authors. But the story was about one of them having gone through active protest. Now, when you drew baby, you be some questions about what they would do differently. And as America in this book, and it stays with me this day, she was talking about accountability and responsibility. When she was young and a firebrand, she told people to chain themselves. She told people that they were cowards if they were not in the street. She told people a lot of things from a childish, myopic view. She did not understand. So what Castle will be in the street, and she never took the responsibility for the people in the street. And Crawford and friends, houses of parliament, no more protesting. Some of them were arrested. Even though suffragette movements, they had criminal records. It's wanting to move life forward after the event was difficult because of a Niamana Omenya in their record. Yes, we celebrate it now and we celebrate it as heroism, but a record is a record. Depending on professions, a record is a record. So she was saying, so having gone through a Niama Wako through, and having learned what she's learned, she does not regret the activism, but she would have changed the methods I want to use here. And at least she would have explained to people the risks carefully before she told people to go to the street. And that day I understood. And Crawford, they galvanize people to move. They will row you, they will tell you to go to the street, but they themselves don't even understand what could potentially happen in the streets. They are just running with the concept. They don't know the consequences. They don't even think about it. They don't consider it. Is it responsible to send people in the streets that way? Mami asked them and I agreed that day. No. Because I make a story. We are coming preco, papa de okoto book in mami, and we jam on wokoye. But meno, as a young sat time, no book near the mammy, but I mean, young started making. And as I was reading this book and kind of datching, and we were still running around campus screaming and shouting because you're a new one. I had a lot of friends who are vandals. My husband is a vandal. A lot of my friends were vandals. So and I found myself in Vandal City, Commonwealth Hall. Kwena boys no woko. We come prefer. Now, I was going down to my hall and my friends were going to see me off. Now, say yes, and I mean, one of the most defining events in my life was Chief Vandal Budu at that time himself. Not also, yes, so. And Crawford, so Budu Niema, and I was see from. Now, Crawford say, hey, Chief Vandal, Chief Fair, what's going on? I say, Massa, see? No, I'm saying, huh? Go behind the halls of residence, you will see armored tanks at BCC. So when young who are 2 minutes opposite for what will be BSU, so whilst he was busy explaining to the boys, I was busy running to my hall. Damn you who said the loudest voice in all this and in the university, the loudest deviant voice was the Chief Vandal's voice. The Chief Vandal, no one can say one name stays you, she and why they are coming for him. No one name see about one in them. No one started consider the ramifications, and he was socially responsible. This was before he became Christian. So he say, I think Sebudu or Yosofo. who knows, my titty says MBA not or yes of, and he sustained it for a long time, very convincing for me. Anyway, but this was before he became suffer. Time no one who achieve van down no korano. On his way down, Obia Oshia Wobia Wakachre woman. Kakra na mijina ho mehunu ye no no wakachre mo munkofie, but this is what is about to go down. Munkofie. That day I again understood leadership. Leadership is about responsibility. Leadership is about accountability. And on one case munye didi. But wojina ho na wo hu nsuo hye na ye no ano wo hunu say debi emwa no. Debi he was not stupid enough to think say nothing will happen because he had seen the intent. So will be a person who push against authority. I understand that the authority is not about to roll belly up and watch you. The authority will push you back. And most of the time, we want to protest, but we don't understand the pushback. The pushback is going to be there. Because only pan our brain when you're in the position, oh my one deviant small voice be oh mess any man. And common sense says that they will push you back. They will test you. It is a say a lot of what the sama won kasa. Maybe when men can well say yes and dear men can't hoshi because the minyan near mass. Migusu amishim. Minyoni pamede near my political near my to me page so irresponsibly. Because minim say depending be or hamon tis anima way as a moon news anima way whom could reach it. Or nipa phone to say me can and more ready actually. Matias street him. I have learned responsibility, leadership responsibility. Is why I am not quick to speak on some of those things. Anyway, I mean, come in 1999 story, and I mean, Tonko, and I mean, can't you? And who would do with Dibrika walk on them? Dibrika call me home. Thankfully for me balcony in echi, not tank and bakusi ho. And while woman wants you, Shannon wants you, Shannon, near Bioso, who Steve Kuha. Now, I'm a penny boy your floor, or by me packing me was good. One and I'm a person me who. Minim said you would know a she. Now me person me yes sure so who microphone am say Auntie Jai mahunu. So when him say abaya waste this can no sense you she and there will be spray. So what I know. One microphone the bebo am near packing me near money she me near ready. That time my husband who was my friend who was standing near my good come out there could auntie be ho. Our friend say hospital na chiho baby. One more woman nimnyansa no ma start locate woman near my position woman near ma. And whilst all these people were moving, there were still people who were on campus. Woman near ding, woman ding. But the funny thing is the leadership had advised themselves. Tie make any. Nipa ni bi wo ha mu huridi near ma chi. Mu jita mo ni ase kura sen wo mu efrase no. One way phrase any who nyansa kra no wo kwa modi mu there because one kasa dey we no won fanye adwuma. The leadership had moved. The leadership knew said they would be whooped if they stay on campus. A lot of them were off campus by about 3 p.m., 4 p.m. We started say whiny 6 o'clock no. Na nipa be position wo money me say nam de me ma the kugu baby de me amaba. Na nam nenam ho. Me de me leader. I was just a big mouth. Jimmy phobia me yedidi. But now me nenam ho amehwa ade na anche nam tesi yet sia wosoro. Abakade. Oh yeah, before unko. Na me nya ka bi wi ete dem ko fie ko so me papa mko na papa ya yeti ya ma no te watch ho num ti. But na say osiama they say yes papa books na mtoma na area de we henam so we me niam osiko yibra. I want you to start with this one. It's that night whilst listening to Radio Universe, listening to proceedings, hearing said yes a bon crofoma no mon crofoma prepram crofoma one more yen kurasifo no one matiasem no one ma jinam. Some of these people now no money baby one cry there was nowhere for them to go, so they had to stay on campus and they didn't have the common sense to run to the nearest your friend say station to go and find your friend say bus and farm koni yeah bon crofo pa. But you know what is funny? A lot of the student leaders, a lot of the inciters, a lot of the instigators, they were gone. They were not even there. They were not there. They be a catch them Crawford said, each one for himself, God for us all. It's a principle. Made that day no. I realized that I would never be a street activist because some of you will not have the bravado to admit it's a but I am willing to put my hand up on my chest. I value self-preservation. Thank you very much. I came to those decisions in Sa Afeno. Books no me papa de ma me no whilst I was listening to Radio Universe wondering time maybe be school I may ask go back, will there ever be school again? Then I began to understand ramifications of actions and nipa take ya. There were final year students in that era, almost 6 years and a year 3-year degree, because there were a lot of protests in that period, the 97, 98, 99. There was a lot of unrest. There was a lot of change, and we were pushing back in response to the change. Now, nipa no ana wo mudi mirika no ebi no ho a wo ma anwen ho sa, but because of encyrophobic actions there were some people who never went into any of these things, who were studious. They wanted to go, but only the 6 years, they 3-year degree because of other people's actions. The sad thing is a lot of these boys no they lead a lot of these things no. Edu time I university no yentimi nko no. Some of these are not omo maame no omo papa no mo baby timi de wo mo ko, and they moved them from uni. Some of them went abroad and started courses. Again, damn it is encyrophobic. Woman maybe woman kwa brochire. I understood. Jimmy in capital letters. I understood it. Pa. Now what baby ko? Na any baby ko? Big difference. Nipa ni bi wo ha ya to school no no a and yes say you be gum brochire. And you started say me be any work. Me be pay adwuma bi be maybe your friends Homes Place Health Club. Na me pay betem kuni me simple. And na me train some crofo be ka kire me da school baby. Na ma besin yako. Yes, me be di me pa. Me go so me di me pa no na me line me pockets. Me line me pockets na me won nam form so gun kran. Wo mu hunu di omode o mabra boy. I think that this one, if I remember, lasted like 2 months was a bibisa. 2.5 months. And Sunny SNB unit. It's been a while. I can't remember the times. Yeah, but I think so. Now, when in Crawford in those days, that time Yahoo, any will be sent email, Charlie. Life be tough, Charlie. I don't know what they go on. And so some Crawford in your school, no man, no ding. When the cookie crumbles, will be finding a level. So I'm asking you, I hear winning will level and sign what could you maybe. Do you know some microphone or woman inciting the panel? Don't one I know on the plan A, B, C, and D ready to go. A lot of the inciters, they have strategies to remove themselves. But a lot of the inciters don't even stop to think about you. And your woman she was not aware of those responsibilities until say assembly until say what in and who say she could have cost people their lives. At least she caused encyrophobia women careers because they should be patriotic, they should be DNJ, they should go forward, and they ended up with criminal records after the event. They became destitute because now it's difficult to reconstruct. Me, matisa responsibility nasipa. And I am very careful before I speak. Because minim say nyansa ni nye nipa nyina na ewo nepe. Nipa ni bi wo ha wo munim say each one for themselves. A lot of the leaders and instigators, they know. God for us all. A lot of the followers, they don't know. So wo kase wo bi nko street mu enkoko a kai se wo ko street mu a ye be bro. Ebro no aye ebro no se ebro ne keke kura ebro de send a few days e kuro no be calm me down, pain ne be calm me down ye be prebi and sana be ka kire nkrofo se wo monko street monko tiatem ye be kumu bi, and on your head will the responsibility rest. Do you know? So wo ka kire wo bi se wonko na wo ko ne kum no a eye wo and na wo kum no do you understand before you speak about these things? Will never be the same because of you, but you will be staying in the comfort of Wabrabo. Anything I'm catching them for me. What's a pound for pound? Me see you. The kind of mini wechi. Hallelujah. Menyom no. The kind of mini wechi. That's all she said. Will be the kind. Say ya. Nipa kono will be the kind. We want to go and fight. You lead the fight. Fa we yere ne wo maka ho na mo fight we anim ho. Me di wechi. One wa obi se besen yen kokko ntokwa no. Abiribia bisa wo ho se nipa no a wo se yen kokko no wodi wani mu ana. Eganafo enyom nini di kai mami ni wechi hallelujah. Tie sa de we free me ho ene wa fa hwe free me ho abese asem we fa bo wo bra. Wo bi si adwoa yen kokko wo si di kai mami ni wechi hallelujah. Say ya di kan. Enya wo nko na di kan fa wo ma mrantie. Your son is a man like me. Let your son follow you. We were brothers, let them go next. We were nephews, let them follow. And my man is somewhere line the women after you. Then I will follow you. Now what would I with them? Now me na me. Now me nam because Obi catcher was a cook. Na ono dani dem baby a ye bron crofo e bin kan no baby a ye pran crofo e bin kan no baby ye kum nipa e bin kan no se wo na besen ye nkwa menua dwen wo ho. I was talking about a lot of for celebrities no. For celebrities no dodo no kan sempa wo Facebook ha. But me hwe street ni mu a me hunu dodo no awo. And I mean kwa na man hwe correct places. Womo ba no mabeka die end die ben die be together die no mumu ahe na mahunu sa nkrofo ni be in the actual streets protesting the way they are calling you to protest. Mumu ahe na mahunu a lot of those people being beaten the way you other people are being beaten. When him says nkrofo do no, they come and talk big, they come and talk brave, they come and insult obi to say me ama say me a coward. Me die me jitum. I am a coward. I am a self-preserving coward. I am a conscience-based coward. I am a coward who understands so we can fight with intellect. You can protest, and you can protest by galvanizing the masses to act. Anything a democracy in your one. You can protest by teaching the masses so that they are no longer dependent on what you want to fight. That is a legitimate protest. You can protest, and you can protest using boycott, inciting boycott. That is what I'm doing at the moment. I am inciting you to boycott nonsense. I am inciting you to think twice before you jump on agenda. I am saying, say, you were intellectual and before you decide your war plan, as I said, we should casualty rates. Because these people are also humans. Every life must be preserved. So wouldn't mean guarantee preservation of life. When you're willing, so you will be the sacrificed life. You have no right to call another person. All life matters. So what person can you trust what would you trust? The kind of mini wachi. So when you're prepared, so would you be trust what? Would you trust you? That is the epitome of common sense. Oh my God, for no, as I say, look at Alata for the other side of Alata for. And I heard you moving. Alata for the woman near the we are Bruama Wamotiamono and also Mahono. Alata for ya must woman near the Alata for you, so many men in this woman because they are seeing terrible scenes. Do you see those sites? And I heard you in your convenience, it won't come. I be jana bontin ka kire mkrofo alata for me nua no Ghana for ye de ye pasumdue wate asumdue ne ye pe ye no ye nipa ye didi adwen ho ye nim nyansatan de enye ye de ne yesu ne ateatea ne de aye rough ye de aye comedy ne akan adwen ye wi na obi akoda. That is who we are, and that is what we need to preserve. Let other people call us names. We shouldn't care, because to us we know that this is the epitome of wisdom. Ghana the one price possession or my Ghana ye peace. Peace in economic progress no peace in African countries no do no many brain. Senke ye ka a good year ni achede de anka Congo. The maximum concentration of resources Ghana number 2. Congo newo. Congo for nye woma fede Ghana for in terms of progress. Because on to Congo. When she went to Congo. Nipa do you know that if you have no peace, you can't progress? In Ghana, the fastest growing economy in Africa, the shining beacon of Ediaben in Africa. And the main premise to all those things is the peace we maintain. Emma politician be a medada in this affair. Because politician be anywhere unless you are also high ranking in the party. Or about 2 chicken change video t-shirt video a chicken change, it will not feed you for a day. Spend your time on a dear and be suitable. So for a long time going forward, go to work. Don't go to a political campaign. Go to work. The people who should be campaigning are the politicians themselves. They are the ones who are campaigning because they are the ones who are going to enjoy. Why are you campaigning when you are not a politician? Oh, you're a politician. You're a mouse who Nipa no kura won sheda any close ties be sure any munti na what to store but when I'm a campaign. Brethren, yes steady. Maybe say mayor campaign no. Naturally say my year medwuma wi anwumre na mabetena ha. And they say me a big meeting be mren so ye na mabetena ha record video yi. Say me jai me meeting ne pa say me ba be campaign there be madwen nya adwuma. Adeg. Na say one who say political ne ma me ye bi. But me won niema fufuro bi so say me ye. To me, yes, I am many we na many become the politicians in the money because me no nipa will be winning about 2020 we no or ma medumanya nipa will be winning about 2020 we one ma meduane ni won't ya me school fees ma me sa na many nyina me ama ya na me ma de it is say me pe kwan de yes na ma ne kane na me wi a me de bia boa de aka. I am a patriot, but I'm also a responsible person. My first priority and responsibility goes to those who are near and dear to me before we go to the society. We radiate from inside out. That is the common sense thing to do. One kasa koko tena se ne kodwendwen niema obisa wo ho se niema wo ye ni nyansa wo. Mo amo frefre nkrofo frefre kwabofo no. Aya amo frefre nkrofo a munim baabi amode wo mo kode. Madwen ho ye. And I want to see my myopic view. And I would frefre nkrofo ede nkrofo ko oseye mu from ignorance. Think carefully before you speak, because in any opinion, they have the capacity to think before they utilize what you say. And they will apply what you say, hook, line, and sinker. And say, oh, I will say, Obia could do with any panasana and Crawford come. A mamma who is saying any penny and it's million and Yamaha for themselves. They depend wholesale on the Crawford. So be more responsible before you speak. Be more responsible before you call. Be more responsible before you put some of these things out in open space, because they will take it and you are still responsible for everything that happens to those people because of what you said. You are responsible for everything that happens to them because they acted on your word. They obeyed your instruction. And so the responsibility is with you. You can't pass it on to them because in any penny in what capacity. A person who is acting without capacity on your instructions, on your head, may it rest. It does rest on your head. Think about our social responsibility before you put message out. Think about it before you share anything to your page. And you're not kind, but I do 2 pages. So and any penny who you are on your head, does it rest? What? Maybe I'm just putting it out there. No, you are not just putting it out there. Put responsible things out there. Be responsible. Don't just talk by heart. When you should consider carefully. And not everything should make it to your wall. Not everything should come out of your mouth. Not everything should be shared. It ends where you saw it. Must start to consider more options. My dream the entire maybe a woman kind. Na for a dream ni fire dear. Self-preservation. by virtue of common sense. Ama Manson, and it was a war cry. It's this is not an entertaining piece, but share it anyway because there are many people who still need to hear this. Makasa egu say. Side the mute. Monka fra. Me say. Me dasi DJ mo fam dasi. Osman me hoye. The lam dasi wate. Me mamunye na akwaba. Miss ene. Na me pese me ka asembia. Edama kuma suye. Especially with Afiwe being an election year. And some fu bebre ne nam ne nam krum me da mo ase. Me refi se me freeway no so no. Me on mute me ho. I hope say the mote. Me bom pie sabote. Afiwe ye election year. It drew election year and some fu bebre one from and 70 bi wo ha wo de adwen to ho hu se nyansa ba kokra ni. But enye nipa nyina na de adwen to ade ho. Eti wo kwa ba bi na so bi kika nsem hu na challenge them. Nipa no a wonim sa wo mo de nsem hu no ye adwuma no work on them. Ka kire wo mo se me se obi anwene ne ho. Se politician ne ba no wo mfa wo nkonkoye ne personal assistant. O ma wonye minister of the ben. O ma wonye hwe ya. Then politician no wono ankoye ne campaign. Wo ye adwuma po wanwumra. Woni abusuafo adi ho nkomo de aboa no. Wo ye bi de aboa ne bate ento ye shop enkonkodi politician bi ye nton ye store. Emfa nkoma politician bi. Wo ye sa kire se nyansa nhye de nim sa. Social issues na me pe ho nkomodie. And then the last and final aspect I'm person di ho nkomo ansa na mapon. Ya waresem. Munim sa waresem de me peka. Toda me tanya sa de ni free nkrofo ho ama. Aware mi frase and start se de me pe. But say many a be who is said the phrase and a mempe. I'm a mempe. Sorry. But I want it. And yeah, me only pan yaman can irritate me. And yes, which I want to say, I am from being future be bessia. A bubble me who miss this Nancy. Now can you juice plus be I'm starting some no na me sort my immune system out and come back to na can you tin on comment me crankasa. Anyway, me ka waresem. Our we are making it is for those of you, Ernestina, amen, God bless you. It is for those of you who have not had the good sense to start your relationships the way you wanted. What start here? Beautiful year, charming to say. What start relationship? I think when you be when you start to say be, you know, when you say baby, I would differ and not. It needs to be made better. I have hope for you. So what start here? On some terms and conditions be a wompe. That's the way you're willing. So we'll go through the process of renegotiation. Possible. So one so ube to me aye. Madam Sidia back to a biwa. We are naturally show here wrapping it up and ama da sorry and show me mamunya na kwaba at the basso. I hope some of baswa. I am munya adisia edifrim. Awarisem a futu and ye date was.
Humor, information, and just a good vibe generally. It is not just a talk show, it's a live show. We talk about life, we unpick life, we find solutions to the things that stress us in life, and we make progress together. It is the Ama Manson Show, and my name is Ama. your girl, your educator, your motivator, and I kick your hind wherever we need to. Enjoy, invite other people to join in, and hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful experience on today's show. Let's get straight into things.
Hi,
There are indeed many ways of killing a cat. You can have a birthday and have a brunch, but you can have creative ways of getting your fruits, vegetables in your diet alongside whatever else you are eating. Cut back on the other carbohydrate starchy bits, but up the intake of fruits and vegetables. So this is what I ordered from my local shop, my local restaurant. It's natural fruits and vegetables. It's blended into this lovely juice, no sugar added. Yes, and it's good because I could make myself a smoothie, but this morning I am celebrating myself a smoothie, but this morning
I'm trying to work out what's going on. The sound seems to be double playing. Minim say, "Maybe honey, I'm double playing." What? Do you guys hear the double play? If you do, can you let me know? Because BBB Koso, it is doing a double play, and I don't understand why it's doing that.
so life is easy. And the only thing I'm doing, this is my fruits capsule from Juice Plus. I am putting both that I need to consume today in this lovely mixture. Absolute deliciousness. Ooh, yum yum. Next one in is my vegetables. So 30 fruits and vegetables are going into this package. Whatever I had is being augmented with this. So I am fortifying my meal, making sure that the diversity I need is achieved. You can see my grapes and my other fruits. And the birthday boy himself is mimicking what I do. This is the power of the homemaker, the wife. You show the way and you encourage everybody to learn the healthy living way, and they do go with you. And yes, stir it all in, mix it all in, because I am not a capsule drinker. I am not a swallower at all. So yeah, I need to get it in, and this is my clever way of making sure manikish alongside the healthy juice plus, and it's yum, very yum.
I was a wife. And if I had been half as wise as I currently am, I'd have taken it in my stride. I would have done what I could. I would not have stressed myself. I would not have made myself bitter. I would not have made myself so angry. It was bollocks, and I did not want to do that anymore. That I deserved better, and he deserved better, the kids deserved better, and we needed to sit down and renegotiate. It was that time when I began to be honest and to tell him what was frustrating me. And you know what I discovered actually? When I opened the topic, he was stunned. He was shocked. But who asked you? So I thought for 3 minutes and I realized, no, he never asked me. Most of the things that I was struggling to do, most of the things that I was struggling to live by, he never required it of me. He never did. You've got to be fair to people. He never did. Who asked you? Who said? Did I demand it? No, he did not demand it. And that was the turning point for me. That was the point at which I realized that it was my own foolishness which was making me ill. It wasn't him. It was my willingness to conform to this unrealistic target set, which was causing most of my issues, and it wasn't the kids. Since I've actually renegotiated and I'm doing what I can and I'm willing to do, the kids and the husband just live with it. They just manage it. They don't put unnecessary demands on me. What I'm able to do is gratefully received. And what I'm not able to do, I explain, and they're like, "It's okay, mommy. It's okay, hon. It's fine. I mean, it's okay. It's all right. We'll try again. And the weight of my shoulders is indescribable. So I'm hoping that by switching on the cameras to have these conversations, the other women who are also watching would also be gracious enough to tell you their truths. And collectively, we might be able to help you, the younger me, not to even walk that path in the first place. If a man says he loves you and he wants to marry you, be yourself sure that he wants to marry you. Approve of thyself that you are actually qualified to be his wife. No, you don't need to put on any extra airs. No, you don't need to be his maidservant before you qualify. You are already approved. You are already pre-qualified, my dear. Allow that to sink in. There's a reason why he agreed or he chose to marry you. It means that you are good enough, my dear. It means that somehow in your craziness, you do stand out more than the other wife materials, and he still chose you. Allow that to sink in yet again, so that you live your life with this knowledge at the back of your head, so that you walk through life without a chip on your shoulder trying to be what you are not. Because you know what, regardless of how much you try, you are not it. You will not be it. It just doesn't work. Pack it in already and just be you. So, what makes me capable of sitting here and sitting here so relaxed and so comfortable is that I learned sincerity. I removed all the filters. And so when I'm happy about something, my husband and the kids know that I'm happy about it. When I'm unhappy about something, they are also very clear that I am unhappy about it. When I am very tired and a particular task is beyond me, they know that it's beyond me that day. Because whenever I am capable of doing it, nobody asks me, I just do it. So on those occasions when it's not done, what has actually begun to happen in my house is that the kids will stand in and they will do something. There are kids, so sometimes they don't do it automatically. It becomes then my job to say, look, can you do such a thing for me, please? I'm busy. My son is busy marinating chicken at the moment. He's in the kitchen marinating chicken for me because it's daddy's birthday and I'm going to cook chicken. Yeah. One of them is also cutting vegetables for me. It's her job. She just doesn't know it yet. So when those things are done, mom can turn up to the kitchen and mom can do the cooking stints in the shortest possible time so we can all enjoy my cooking, but mom can also enjoy the work that she's got to do. Mom has businesses to run, so mom continues to do that. And when we have that balance, we can all have it. We can have it all. Yeah. When things need to be done, which are not done, my husband will walk in now and realize, okay, no, she leaves things when it's too much for her. So what can I do to make it easier for her? And he will do it too. But this intuitive communication between us actually starts with honesty from me. I can't do it all. I also bleed when I'm cut. I'm also tired. I need sleep when I'm exhausted. I need me time. I need time to think. I need, like anybody else, I need, like every human being, I need. But for the first time, it is the honesty in telling people and affirming it continuously so that eventually they come to realize that no, I am not superhuman. No. No, I have not got extraordinary capabilities. No. You know? So, you want to know what freedom is? Try honesty first. Honesty, in my book, is the first step towards freedom. The honesty to say to people that you are not superhuman, that you are just ordinary human, as ordinary as muck. That you have needs, you have wants, and you get tired, and you can't do it all. And sometimes you can't do it, but you just don't want to. Sometimes you just want to see other people pull their weight too. Sis, it's absolutely fine to tell people exactly what you feel. Don't think it's inappropriate. Don't think that you need to pretend to be able to do everything. No, he is your husband, your partner for life. If there's one person on this earth you should be brutally honest with, it is him. Just as he should be brutally honest with you, so that you are able to be each other's comfort. You are able to hear each other out. You can see when the other person is stressing, and you have the humanity to stand in to manage as much as you can to facilitate this person's relaxation. That's what marriage is all about. That's what marriage is all about. It is about companionship. It is about meeting our needs mutually. It is not subservience. No. One doesn't have to be subservient to the other one. No. One doesn't have to be superior to the other one. No. One doesn't have to serve beyond what they can do. No. We can all do certain things, and it's nice if I could do it, but if I can't do it the way your mama did it, that's fine, because I'm not your mama. Did you hear me? You are not his mama. You will never be able to compete with his mama, because his time in his mama's time is already done. And from that point onwards, you idealize what happened. You cannot compete with the ideal. You cannot compete with what has been modified in a person's memory. It's just not possible. My name is Ama. There are certain things that I can't do. I can do them better than my mom and all the line of women before me. And there are certain things that I am terrible at, and I can do them worse than all the women before me. That's what makes me me. That's what makes me unique. And if you want to marry me, then you have to understand the simple thing. I am me. I am not the rest of them. I can do what I can do. I can't do everything the rest of them do. No, I will not kill myself trying to pretend to be capable of certain things that I'm not capable of. And in fact, most of that pressure is not even from the men. Most of that pressure is societal norms that women ourselves have accepted to think we should do, and we try and we deliver, and it's just convenient for the men. And as long as we look like we can do it, they don't really mind. So they let us get on with it. And we struggle, and we strive, and we get frustrated, and we are angry. No, it's not worth it. It really isn't. Be honest to yourself about what you are, who you are, what you can do, and what you cannot do. And tell whoever you live with what you can and cannot do, and what they should and should not do, in order to be able to live with you peaceably. And when you get to that point, like I have eventually, and it's taken me a long time to get here. I can sit here in the afternoon and have this conversation with you. My husband, my darling husband, is happily sleeping because he needs a nap in the afternoon. He's worked all morning, he's napping. When I finish with this one and I edit this video, I've also been working this morning. Guess who's going to nap? Oh, yeah. It might mean that dinner could have been later, but we don't want dinner to be later. So I said to my lovely son, can you marinate the chicken? So he's off dealing with chicken. Daughter mine is going to be dealing with vegetables, so that Mama theirs can also sleep. And when I wake, all these things will be ready, and we can all have an amazing meal. I'm happy because I'm eating a great meal. A great meal which involves my cooking, but not all my cooking. It involves a team effort, yes. And because it's a team which is about to enjoy it, and the team has all worked on it, it's fine. I don't feel cheated. Nobody feels cheated. We are all grateful to get the meal. Excellent. Excellent. Or I could pretend I'm super woman. Not take the nap I desperately need. Soldier on. And then try and do my night shows. And then by tomorrow morning, I have a banging headache. Don't want to speak to anybody. Wow, so angry. Irritable, so easily irritated. And what's the point of that again? I am the greatest loser, and they are all losers alongside me. What's the point? Why would I do that to me? And why would I do that to them? The fallacies of marriage says you have to be ideal. You are not ideal. You are you. Communicate that to people who encounter you, people who deal with you. The fallacies of life says that there is a wife material and you have to fit that bill, and you don't have today. You never did, but you were still married anyway. Wife material nonsense, we need to debunk it straight away. That there are certain roles that a woman has to fulfill. No. There are certain roles that you might want to fulfill, so you do them. There are roles that you don't want to fulfill, and it is within your right to say to people, yes, there is washing up to be done. I could do the washing up after the cooking, but other people can do the washing up in my house. So I elect not to wash up. Thank you. I elect to go to the bill paying category and in the cooking category, but the bill paying category, I don't think so. No thanks. No thanks. Do you hear me? Are we communicating? This is how you start renegotiating your life towards a more peaceful existence with everybody. And at that point, you are able to look down a camera with this smile on your face, hand on heart, absolute sincerity in saying that I have worked really hard to get myself in this space, to negotiate the kind of relationships that I have with my family members, my close knits, my very near and my very dear. And for the first time in quite a while, I'm happy with the balance that we found. Does that make me the world's greatest mom? Probably not. Am I the best wife in the world? Probably not. Am I the most serviceable woman on the earth? Hell no. But I am the best me that I could be for them. I give them as much as I have in the tank. They give me as much as I need to help me do it. And we have debunked the fallacy of marriage in my home. And it's made this sister so, so happy. This sister so, so loving. This sister so, so peaceful and peaceable as well. Happy marriage to all of you. May you find the guts to tell people your truth and to negotiate the way you need the new terms of conditions of a marriage which will make you happy, as well as the people you live and love, you live with and love. So it's Ama Manson. I just wanted to have a brief discussion about the fallacies of marriage. We will debunk more fallacies as we go along. We will bring the fallacies of a wife's responsibilities, conjugal rights, and a few other things in a subsequent episode. Let's just keep this one very light for afternoon watching and enjoying. I want you to watch it and enjoy it daytime. This is daytime viewing, and we will do the nighttime version sometime very soon. Let me know if you want me to discuss anything in particular. And in your comments, let me know your experiences. Have you also had to renegotiate? Have you also had to restore balance in a relationship? Have you managed to negotiate it successfully? Are you struggling to negotiate it, and might you need some pointers and some advice, some help to do it more successfully? If so, then let's know, and we would definitely be happy to pick it up to discuss in a subsequent episode. See you soon. And if you've not subscribed, again, very soon in July, these are all going to leave Facebook. These videos would be on my main channel, Ama Manson 1. So youtube.com, Ama Manson 1. The ones which talk about money, my Money Ama project, would be YouTube, where you look for Money Ama and you subscribe to both pages so that you get the best from me. And from July, Facebook is just going to be the home of the general agenda, the interviews, the personality discussions, and whatnot. I hope that clarifies it. Catch you soon. Oh yes, negotiation in marriage. It has to be negotiated. We have to go back to the drawing boards. Yeah, some of us do have to go back to the drawing boards. We do. Good morning, Mami Jama. Good morning. I hope you are well. We do have to go back to the drawing table. We do. Because sometimes the way we started marriage is not necessarily the way we wanted it. It was because we knew no better. And because we knew no better, we just allowed things to roll. There's a few people who've sent me, when this one finishes rolling, I am not going to be back. So let me thank you all so much for watching today, for sharing and inviting people to come. What most people have texted me requesting is that video about selecting a partner. These are all on my platform anyway. I've already put them out. They are there. What I've shown you this morning, a selection of things that I've already got on there. Just take a bit of time, go have a look. Yeah, this has been there for the last 13 hours. Selecting of your life partner, how to select your partner, and the important things to do in this selection process. It's very important as a woman, as I always keep saying, once you've made that choice, you are in that bed, and there isn't a lot to be done after the choice. You've got to be very careful. I know you can renegotiate and whatnot, but it's not always that easy to renegotiate. I don't know why the internet is doing that to me. So help me. Where have I ended up? Okay, this is what we want. Sister, good morning. Let's talk. So this particular one, this is Ama. This is on the Candid Talks with Ama Manson series. This is Ama reflecting on questions that I get from people. Today, the title is simply Sister, Let's Talk. Sister, let's talk about your power and when you lose it. When you are born as a girl, I know in some homes your role is diminished. As a child, more opportunities are given to the boys and whatnot. That happens, it happens. There is no need pretending it doesn't. There is no denying that one. It does happen. But as you age, when you come to maybe your late teens, early 20s, you actually become a very powerful person. Suddenly, even if your parents did not make you powerful at home, you become an attractive woman. You become a viable woman. One a lot of men would want to take home. Some would want to take you to be their mistress. Other people will want you to be their wives. Other people want to hit and run. People have all sorts of things they would like to do with you. Then, unless a person is a rapist, in which case they have a mental illness and they belong behind bars somewhere, should not be operational in normal society. Most civilized men will approach you and they will proposition you. They will propose to you to come and be whatever they want you to be. My dear, that is the most powerful period of your life. Before you say yes, before you say I do, before you commit, you are in the power position, you are in pole position, and you get to call the shots. You determine what happens. You decide who you are going to be with. But remind yourself that that is the most powerful you will be. Beyond that point, depending on the choice you made, the kind of person you pass that power on to, you might be diminished or you might be elevated further. Let's talk. We are talking about the selection of your life partner. This guy that you are about to select, you are the kingmaker, just so you know. It is your decision which installs somebody as king of your life or not. It is your choice which determines which genes you want to mix with to produce with children. It is your choice which attitudes you want to engage with and which you don't. It is your priorities which will determine the kind of man you select. It is your choice. Never say that it was out of your hands. It is in your hands to make this choice. You can pass that on to your parents to elect on your behalf. You can let your friends choose on your behalf, but it is your choice. And it's about time you know that you are the person who will live with the consequences of this choice. It better be yours to make. This guy that you are about to elect, once you selected, you are the kingmaker. You will never become king, but you choose the next king. Once that person is king, their word is law. They rule over you. They control a lot of things, especially if you come from these communities where your husband is your head, your protector, your decision maker, your provider, and whatnot. What this guy believes and what this guy wants and what this guy allows is going to control your life from that point. So be very mindful of this before you choose. If you choose a tyrant, then you are in trouble because tyranny is your portion thereon in. If you choose a gentleman, then you can have the existence of the lady of a gentleman. If you choose a boring person, then your life would be determined to be boring because this person will control a lot of things. The activities that will be allowed in the family arena, what would be sanctioned as okay and what would not be okay, what would be permitted and what would not be permitted. There's an awful lot of things that will be determined from that point because of this man and his beliefs and where he comes from. Take a minute to think very carefully before you select. No, the amount of money he has does not play any role in this. A guy can be very comfortable and make your life a living hell if you choose wrongly. Somebody can give you all the creature comforts of this world and you will still be depressed and miserable because you got the fundamentals wrong. You want this guy to have similar beliefs to you. Might not be identical, but similar beliefs. They should see similar things as important. People say opposites attract, but you have to be very careful with the kind of opposites you attract. Because if your opposite is way too opposite, you are going to find your opposite life very difficult to manage. I believe in family bonding. And I believe in family bonding enshrined in activities. I want family bonding to be done within activity context. I want to be able to take my family elsewhere and to do things and to explore together. And yes, it will require some money. Most of the time, I want that money to come from my income because I get to decide what we do, and that's fine. I expect the man I am with, even when he doesn't feel like it, to also see this as important and to commit to making an effort to make it happen. If the guy you are with is able to do that, good for you. If the guy you are with is incapable of doing that, then you are in trouble. You are in big trouble. It is really important that somebody has this discussion with you, particularly before you choose, so that you start exploring this guy for not just his looks, not just his monetary standing, his financial positioning, not how viable people think he is, how gentlemanly he is, but you have to dig deep into belief systems. What is important to this guy? What is his position on women empowerment? Does he think a woman should be heard? Or does he believe a woman should be seen and not heard? Does he intend to be your corrector? Or does he understand you a fully grown woman who has already been raised, whose ideologies have already been formed, and he just wants to guide? He wants to work with what he gets. Or is he in to change you? Because some guys marry women and they intend to change to control. Have you actually explored his control streaks? Have you checked to see if he believes a woman should be allowed to grow? Or does he have self-esteem issues? If you make a mistake, no matter how well packaged the guy is, no matter how well resourced he is, if he is a control freak and you're a woman like me, that is a recipe for disaster. I am fiercely independent, and I needed a guy who was man enough to let me be. I needed a guy who was big enough to let me grow tall. One who is not threatened by me, one who understands that we play to put in the same pot. Those were the things that I actually looked for in the man I married. Did I get the choice 100% right? Some people will contend, but I think I did. The guy I found is a guy who understands the madness of this woman. And the madness of this woman includes wanting to become better, wanting to grow. And no, when I'm ready to grow, I actually don't wait for anybody else before I make an action. I am off. And if you intend to keep up, you better keep up. That's me. And I knew, fortunately, from a very early age, that not many men would be able to live with me. I knew many men will find that very challenging. Many men will want to control. And I am so rebellious to control. So I had to explore very deeply in selecting who would be right for that. That is the love of my life, because it's the person who lets me grow and be. That person makes me capable of achieving my very best. That person does not stifle my need to grow, because it's a need for me. Be clear of your own perspectives. Be clear of your own priorities in this life. And cross-reference these priorities very carefully with the man you are electing to be your king. His law is what you are going to be subjected to. Will his law choices be favorable? Will he create an enabling environment for you? Or will it always be an uphill struggle to do anything? Will he put impediments in your way every time you want to progress? Or is he big enough to let you be? Is he big enough to let you become? Does he know that when you have a very strong team player, as a team leader, it still plays to your advantage? Does he understand this? Or is he one of those guys who is going to see his own teammates as competition? You need to ask. You need to ask, my dear. Is he archaic in his ways? And can you live with somebody who is archaic in his ways? It will begin to grate on your nerves after a while, so be clear that it's something you can live with. You will begin to grate on his nerves. So check for compatibility very carefully. No, compatibility not necessarily in height, not necessarily in speaking the same language. It's not the language you speak which matters. It's the content you speak which matters, the ideologies you represent which matters. I believe in the girl child and her freedoms. Does a man believe in that? I believe in my intelligence as a girl. Does a man believe in that? I believe my capabilities can be superior to anybody, regardless of gender. And I also believe my capabilities can be inferior to anybody, regardless of gender. Does he believe that? Some of these things are very fundamental. And if you have a fundamental discord, it might be better to elect to move. It might be better to try your luck elsewhere. It might be better just to say, this one will not work for me, because it probably won't work for you. You will have to negotiate and renegotiate constantly. It will take an awful lot of energy. Your marriage will be work from the very beginning till the very end. And it doesn't have to be, if you get the choice process done right. So sister, good morning. Kingmaker extraordinaire, good morning. Madame who gets to choose your Lord, can you submit to this guy? Submit is a word a lot of men like to throw around town. But do you know that some people are impossible to submit to, because some people just don't command respect? Some people are just not dynamic enough to lead you. Some people are not man enough to lead you. Do you know what kind of leader you need? And the very kind of man who can command leadership in your presence. A man who will command that you subject to. They don't demand, they just command it, from the way they act, from the way they hold themselves, from the way they respect themselves, from the way they lead, from how dynamic they can be, that you are so excited watching this person and you are happy to follow their lead. Find that guy. That's who you need. That's who should lead you. That is who would make it easier for you to follow. When your leader plays your tune, it is so easy to dance to the tune. When your leader speaks your language, you understand what he means and you can follow easily. Select wisely and make sure he who you select is worthy of your choice. Because once that choice is made, once these bands go on, once you become his missus, his word is law in many, many communities. You might not believe it, but people around you would definitely enforce it. So don't take that risk. Don't make that choice without due diligence, without giving full and due consideration. Check and check and check again and be an FBI agent if necessary. Look in his background. Check his interactions with other people. Check when he is messing with his friends. Check how he relates to the females in his life, and it will help you work out what he really does believe in. Not what he says with his lips, but what he does from his actions. Get to know this guy up close and personal before you choose. It's a topic I intend to explore more of. I don't intend for these videos to be more than 15 minutes, and we are approaching 15 minutes already. So let me wrap this up here in saying this. You are the king maker. You get to choose the king. But once the king is chosen, he rules. He rules. Can you subject to this king you are selecting? Can he rule you? Can you follow him? Is he worthy of your followership? Or is it difficult for you to do so? If the answer is no, then www.wakapass.com will be your website. Elect to leave. Live and let live would be my policy there on in. My name remains Ama. It's good that you watched me. I hope that you've managed to pick one or two from me. And if you know any young ladies coming to this decision making, please share the video with them. Help them to figure out what's really important in this choice and what really is insignificant. My handles, Ama Manson, on all social media handles. Please follow up. Please subscribe to the pages. Please share with networks and help people to discover me. Thank you so much for watching.
Abusia, yo, na no pay yedi nkomo bebre, mo ma memfa mo si ha. Na ye nyina ye mfiri abrabo na se. Wan kai hwe ye mfiri me hwa ene me say. Do fiasem. Mind your own business first. Tend your own wounds. Me papa se wo kwani ye chiche ni wa kaka. Ye ni wani bi. Fa hwehwe wo ntokuru wam. Se wo huna de a watimi aboa wo nua. We ye ni wapa e de ama no. Politics ni ye be ye bi. Yebeboa bi yebeka bi but dwen wo ho first ye adwuma pesika a wodi bedidi pe wano aduane wonya bi di wi a waboa wo nua no no so apɛ bi woye ni nyina wi a wako street bi na ne politician bi akosa wako akogina obi aboboa no sɛ wo ye campaign ansa na abɛyɛ campaign ye sure sɛ wonya aduane adi wo kyena de ɛne afimu ni nyina de da ho ansa na wagya wadwuma akodi ne ma bi ati ɛho hia me pa sister be say aware aye ware ye nipa no wu choose no no wokonkon wo so eti wu choose afanya nsa to ho fanboy be say onyini bedane eja manyini mayere wo so akwasi fanboy wonu ana onyini bedane wo fa manyini mayere wo so sisters ni bi wo ha mo sori amokopeku na kwasi fanboy na mo fa mo misa de kwasi fanboy wonyina wo beye kwasi fanboy nyina wodane eja manyini mayere wo so eja manyini mape wo so so wunim se fanboy odane manyini mape wo so na wuntimi hwe no wuntimi entwa so sister enkokwasi fanboy ho hwehwe de ono so bɔ ne ho mɔde te se wo hwehwe de obetimi aboa wo na munyina mode ahode be hya abrabom na abrabo akoso e dama obia okwa kwasi fanboy a tie nidin hunu de wo benyina bedane wo hunu se obetimi atena ho afa eno no yente wonka yente udede e wa bonten wa wo nso so wote abrabom na nya hu ne se wa na se wo boa ho na ye so bi fufuro bi firi baby bebo wo fa bi wa brochire wo bebo. I can tell you on behalf of wo fa no wa wote brochire, and especially the ordinary space to ya no. Say they did a hokolo kolo. Odo akasa sika kakra da wo ye adwuma wo nya no so di bi to ho for the dachi. Nti say ya wo say wo fa bi na eba be ama wa emwo. It's appointed unto you to be disappointed. Say yo sa ban bi na ebe ya ama wa no so emwo. You will still be disappointed. The only person who will guarantee you, say they will do it for you, is you. You do it for you, for yourself, and those who are near and dear to you. What am I for me see her? Nah, see I'm from Ado me circle to women echi. Me chat me to her. Na me 1 hour solid rest. That even sorry them kuchi see bravo. Be kind to yourself. Oh, na se from afọ when echi say fresh air. Afọ when echi. When you come. To say your Ama Manson, when you come here, just close your eyes for 1 hour. Allow the body the luxury of that 1 hour rest. Oh, homie, we are. Utimi sorry, utimi koye dia kenyana, but give your body a break. Me and I'm casting your hard work, but say you better rest and self-care alongside the hard work. I mean, share the video for me, especially the early parts where I was doing the political activism. You know. Fatuto to baby as I said to na nkrofo ebetimi etie enti ebia wonti obi benya adwen sakra nyankopon na somdwe nka mo nyina ebe me hu mo nyina nyame ya adom a anumre enye saa obo ade de ochina eche yen a ye besie hia nyame asomdwe nka mo nyina.